All right, chat. What's up with y'all right now? We're gonna debate more Dragon Ball Super Tards again, so that's gonna be fun. Yo, we're gonna embarrass some shitty debaters today. For some reason, I got a notification on my Discord where I broke the allegations. I broke the community guidelines 2 days ago for something that I don't even know that I did. I don't even know how I broke it. But it's so weird because I'm banned for a day on Discord, and the only thing I can do is go to VC. I'm gonna try to make it today or tomorrow. It's a whole fucking hour long. It's an hour long of information. I'm serious, man. An hour of information. It's like actually crazy. Like, yeah. If anyone, by the way, chat. If anyone disagrees that Super Saiyan 4 has a higher multiplier than Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue, come hit me up. I'll actually embarrass that nigga badly. If you guys know a nigga who thinks that Super outskills GT. Do you agree with Super Saiyan Blue being 50 times Super Saiyan God? I think there was this one calc that somebody gave me where it said that Super Saiyan Blue could have been 200 times, but it's like super inaccurate and it's like super bad. I still think it caps at 50 times SST. But don't use that percentage thing because I hope you guys know that percentages are like exponential. Here. You watch my streams. That's how it works. I debated some guy yesterday. No, wait, 2 days ago. My bad. Multiversal Saitama is not valid. What the fuck? No. This is a message to Lord. This is a message to Lord Mutwi. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Don't even use that shit. No, seriously. Like, I'm gonna be for real with y'all. Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Stop fucking using heroes to justify power scaling. Like the inverse. The only decent argument I've ever heard from heroes was the fucking Gogeta one, but other than that, yeah. Where does Cardinal Muchi stop? Okay, I'm pretty sure Muchi is stronger than Legic, right? Okay, so if Muchi is stronger than Legic, I'm not gonna lie, I think he could. I think he could beat Super Saiyan God Goku. I think he could beat Super Saiyan God. Am I gonna upload debates to YouTube? Maybe. I never did that actually. I kind of disagree. Heroes has some good arguments. What arguments are to be made? I don't agree with that. Zeta, when was the last time you lost a debate? So I actually did lose to Exility on a topic. I lost to Exility, but that's because I was trying to think more rationally rather than like logically. Like basically my debate with Exility was if Jay is a pedo. Obviously I agreed that he's a pedo because obviously he is, but apparently Exility doesn't agree with that. So he tried to start fucking debate gooning me and try to like trap me and shit. It was just so fucking corny. But like technically speaking, if you look at it from a logical scope, I lost. But we all know that in terms of like rational like thinking, then you would believe that he's a pedophile after seeing the evidence. GT. GT is better in writing and fights. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I could actually defend GT's writing. I'm not even gonna lie. Like GT is actually severely overlooked. It's actually really good. Who wins, Xeno Goku or GT Goku? I don't know. I'm bitching Oblivion. Yeah, I'm watching it right now actually. Nigga, the problem is that that's not our Demigra. The fuck? No, the execution was good. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Everyone's like, oh, it has great intentions, terrible execution. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Y'all were overlooking the entire baby arc because the baby arc was actually fucking peak. It actually cooked hard. Holy shit. Why did niggas keep saying it had good intentions but bad execution? The baby arc was literally peak. No, chat. Is it crazy for me to say, chat? Is it crazy for me to say that the baby arc is on par with Dragon Ball Z? Like, chat, hear me out. I think the baby arc is an arc on par with Dragon Ball Z. Is that wrong for me to say that? Is that wrong? Is that wrong for me to say that the baby arc is on par with Z? Like, chat, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it had everything you needed. Like, there was a transformation and build up. There was this crazy villain. By the way, this nigga was like about to win. He was literally about to win. Literally, if Goku didn't fall into the Sugoroku space, the story would have been fucking over. Absolutely not. In my opinion, the entirety of the Black Star arc was peak from Pan pushing the launch button to Baby's defeat. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, literally, this arc was actually good. Why were these niggas tripping? They were like, they were saying that GT was bad. No, it wasn't. I literally watched it. It was so fucking good. No, we're not talking about scaling. We're talking about like quality. I think the baby arc is so fucking good. Our time, bro. I would slam Goku. I would slam Goku. Yeah, leave it to me, chat. When I hop on Xenoverse, I'd beat the fuck out that nigga. Zeta question: if hit time skip affected Goku, does that mean he's not beyond time? Okay, so this confuses how beyond time works. So obviously Goku's existence is an outer versal, so that means that he could be affected by a time attack. It's just that the problem is more so his key quantity and quality. If since hit has outer versal energy, you could place outer versal energy in a time-based attack, and if hit said energy is greater than Goku's energy, then temporal attacks would be able to work on Goku in some degree because he is still a dimensional being and he is not necessarily outer versal. Omni-Man versus Nappa. Oh my god. Okay, isn't Omni-Man like okay? I think Solar System Invincible is a little inconsistent, but I would say Nappa. I think they're like more planetary than Invincible is. I don't really agree with the solar system like scaling for Dragon Ball. I don't really agree with that. I think it's pretty weird. Like I don't really think it's very justified. I think large planetary is justified. I don't necessarily believe that solar system level is justified. What's the argument for comic Omni-Man? Because like higher celestial bodies, like that kind of scaling for Invincible is inconsistent as fuck. Like I debated a nigga who found a way to get Invincible to high outer, right? And I easily debunked that shit. I literally asked like the consistency behind that. All I gotta do is just ask for the consistency behind that. Like it's just really bad argument. Like it's inconsistent as shit. Oh yeah, and this is where the part where inconsistencies come in, because what you then realize that writers don't actually care about consistency and scaling. They will literally just have a crossover, and that's that. That's why there's so many inconsistencies with Invincible scaling. So don't fucking use that. It's stupid as shit. But anyway, chat, could you beat Devontae the One? Does Devontae the One know what the three laws of logic are? What the shit? Dude, Devontae doesn't even know what the three forms of reasoning are. You expect me to like lose to that nigga? He literally claims that Rimuru could beat Goku. Where do I scale OG Dragon Ball? I would have them at planetary, large planetary. I think they're the same tier as the Saiyan Saga, so I don't necessarily like. Yeah, I don't really believe in solar system OG Dragon Ball. I don't believe in that. I think it's shitty scaling. Like anyone who thinks that I'm not even gonna lie, I banned a nigga on my chat because he genuinely believed that the Earth was 4 billion kilometers wide. All right, but chat, you guys know the rules, right? If you guys want to debate me, come debate me. If you duck, you get banned. GT Goku one taps. That nigga is more outer. Chat, I'm not even gonna lie. Chat, there's something you guys need to know. GT Goku has better arguments for outer versal than Super Goku. He even has better arguments for 5 fucking D. I'm not even joking. He has better 5D arguments and outer versal arguments than Super Goku. Like, it's like super overlooked. Like, I was doing a ton of research for the video. I hope I did really good on it because I feel like I may have made a few mistakes in the video, but I hope you guys can like discard them. I hope. Yeah. Yeah, GT Goku is beating Marvel and DC. He's GT Goku. No, and I'm pretty sure, chat, even if you don't want to use, like, let's step aside Super Saiyan 4 for a second. Just arguing for Ascended Goku. You guys know, like, 100-year time skip Goku? There's, like, a lot of metaphysical, like, implications of, like, 100-year time skip Goku. I could try to find a way to argue for 100-year time skip Goku being, like, a god. Because, like, I'm not really the best at arguing for it, and I never really have legitimately argued for it, but me personally, like if I do some research, like enough of it, I could really argue that just GT Goku could just like oversee the entire DC cosmology and one shot it with the flick of his finger. Does GT take place after Super? Yeah. I'm pretty. I mean, it was pretty obvious to begin with. I mean, like they're both stated to be continuations of Z, so logically they should remain in the same temporal framework. Why would they? Why would you deviate them if there's no evidence to support that that deviation even exists? Exactly, because there is nothing that deviates the two stories from one another. So logically, they would remain in the same temporal framework. I don't. Okay, so the problem with this argument is that it's not necessarily a matter of the cosmological size. The definition of boundless is essentially to have no conceivable limits. Like there's nothing. No virtual limits and transcending any like possible like conceptual thing. That's what boundless is. It's literally having like no limitations. When you are boundless, you you can basically beat everyone in fiction except other boundless beings. Otherwise you would equalize to them, right? So logically speaking, right, that would have to mean yeah, that would have to mean that like you're basically that strong. It's not necessarily dependent on your own cosmology. Frieza not using Golden is not an argument because for one, they actually underestimated Goku, and even in GT, Frieza didn't even use his fifth form. So the fact that he doesn't even use his fifth form, are you gonna argue that because Frieza doesn't use his fifth form against Goku, then GT's not canon? No. Okay, just because it doesn't use his buff final form doesn't mean GT's not canon. So just because it doesn't use Golden is not a refute. That's also a straight up argument from silence fallacy. That's actually very low tier. Okay, so for one, that isn't even the GT timeline. Because when we actually look at the same timeline that Trunks talks about, this timeline that is being discussed about doesn't even hold the same events as Dragon Ball GT. Because we know that the Tuffle controlled humans are on Earth. They're not on Baby's planet. So because they're not on Baby's planet, that's going to cause a temporal contradiction with the original GT events, meaning that it's not the GT timeline that is being discussed about. Yeah, it's a consistency issue. The god forms weren't made during the time of GT, so obviously they weren't going to be made. However, we know that based off of the timeline boards and the consistent statements, we know that the staff still intend for Super to be canon to GT. So they don't care about if a transformation exists in GT or not. They universally view them as both part of the same timeline, despite questioning the inconsistencies. And if you believe that inconsistencies judge a story, you're being an idiot because that's a nirvana fallacy. Zeta is GT's after Super. Why doesn't Goku use Super Saiyan Blue? Again, I already covered this. Why is that necessary? The answer is it's not necessary because GT was made before Super's transformations. They didn't intend for Goku to have more of his arsenal. But now that he has more of his arsenal, well, he has more of his arsenal. However, we know that based off of the timeline boards from 2017 and 2013 and the consistent statements, we know that the staff still view GT and Super as universally within the same timeline, so they don't actually view the transformations as irrelevant. So just because there's a little bit of inconsistencies with Goku's arsenal doesn't necessarily mean that the timelines are now deviated, because that's not true. It would just be an inconsistency. But just because a story contains inconsistencies does not necessarily mean that there is true contradictions within the narrative. So if there's no contradictions within the narrative, then it's just not going to follow, and that they still remain in the same timeline regardless of them being inconsistent. Again, this repeats the same argument. This literally repeats the same argument. Why are you actually being low tier? Are you going to attack the argument or not? It's not a matter of the fact that he didn't have them. It's a matter of the fact that these forms weren't conceived back then for Vegeta's arsenal. It's just an inconsistency issue. So if you're going to get mad at an inconsistency issue, that's not even like nobody's fault but yours. Like, seriously, no one gives a fuck but you. I cannot believe that this is actually a difficult concept for people to understand, that GT and Super universally exist within the same timeline. You'd literally have to give me a direct statement that argues that Super and GT exist in a different timeline. There's an easy way to refute this, actually. It's actually very easy. If these people agree that the Dragon Ball universe is infinite but still believe Goku's low multiversal, they're actually fucking retarded. And I'll actually explain using basic set theory. Okay? Yeah, I know they love to do that. But anyway, I'll actually prove it. So we know that the afterlife is bigger than the universe because heaven is the same size as the universe. However, it appears finite on the afterlife. The afterlife should realistically be infinite, right? Same thing with the universe. However, we know that in order for there to be two infinite realms, that means a higher dimensional space must be needed to contain two infinite realms, because they both universally can't exist on the same axes without a deviation of something. There needs to be something that separates the living world and the other world, because if there wasn't, then they would be the same realm, but we know that's not true, right? So if there are two infinite space times, that would have to mean that there's a higher dimensional space encompassing the macrocosm to separate the living world and the other world. And we know that Goku's fight with Beerus was going to destroy the macrocosm, which logically should include the space that is separating the living world and the other world. So because that space is accounted for, that would have to mean that Goku is low complex multiversal based off set theory. You could literally use set theory to prove Goku is low complex multiversal. So all you have to do is literally just use basic set theory to prove that Dragon Ball is low complex multiversal. And if anyone believes that low multiversal is still achievable with an infinite universe, you're actually retarded. Daima is not canon to Super. Holy shit. This was already explained. Ioku literally explained that Daima is only connected to the Majin Buu saga. That is it, and that is all. The fact that he says that it's connected to the Majin Buu saga, that is it, and that is all, implies that there is no external connection past the Buu saga, which means that Dragon Ball Super's timeline function, or the Dragon Ball Z's timeline, functions more so like a branch to Daima. You see, with Dragon Ball Z, think of it as a line. You have Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball GT. However, in Dragon Ball Super, there's actually a tiny branch. This branch is what Daima is that splits the line, right? A tiny line that is split, which represents Dragon Ball Daima. Based off of Yoku's statement, we know that it's canon to the Majin Buu saga. However, he makes the claim that that is everything that it is connected to. So if the fact that that is everything is connected to, that would imply that the Dragon Ball canon or the temporal line functions like a splitting branch. An infinite three-dimensional realm can contain infinite 3D. The difference is that a bigger realm separates within it. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. Okay, so if an infinite 3D realm can contain 3D, that would just mean it's the same size as itself. I'm saying that the other world and the living world are separated spaces, but they're both infinite. However, the fourth dimensional axis, three-dimensional axis, is already filled up from those infinities, right? So in order for two infinite spaces to exist simultaneously and be separated from each other, a higher dimensional space is necessary to separate two infinite size spaces, which would have to be higher dimensional or fifth dimensional because they are already established to be fourth dimensional space-time continuums. I don't know what you mean by that. That's not necessary. I already explained that. That is not necessary. Actually, I'm going to explain it in my video. There's like an in-universe explanation, but other than that, like you could just argue the consistency explanation and the in-universe explanation is not going to necessarily be necessary. By this, the macrocosm with spaceship temporally transcend dimensions, the macrocosm would be 5D. That's not how that works. That establishment is made towards the afterlife. But there is a space that separates the afterlife from the living universe. So, I mean, technically speaking, like there would need to be like a sixth-dimensional plane. No, it's not. The fuck? Yo, bro, mute tweet, bro, my heart broke, bro. Mute tweet, bro. Why would you say that to me, bro? Yeah, so Mega explains it pretty easily. So notice how there's two separated infinities. For these two separated infinities to exist, that look at this box around the text. There's a box around Mega's thing. A box around Mega's text. Yeah. Mega's text, this little box would have to represent a higher dimensional space. And these two infinities exist inside of it because in order for that to be true, they would need to be separated somehow. This space is what does that. This is just a matter of set theory. This is literally a matter of set theory. Nigga, stop using argument from silence. My God, I refuted this argument already, nigga. Are you going to attack the argument? Yo, chat. I'm not even gonna lie. I already said duck debate equals ban. Yo, if you want to debate me, join the StreamYard link, and I'll discuss with you through the StreamYard. We don't have to do a Discord. We can just do the StreamYard link. Chat. What you're saying is true, but understand that anyone well versed in this would make the claim that the realm that is containing the realm would be 3D, so you need to make additional arguments to hammer it. No, I fucking don't. It's called deductive reasoning. Okay, if we have two infinite spaces that are fourth dimensional or three-dimensional, then logically, the space that it separates them and exists outside of would have to be a higher dimensional space. This is basic rocket science. Anyone who's making that claim just proves they didn't track the argument. Okay, nigga. Movies aren't canon to GT either. The fuck? Nigga, your argument assumes GT's canon to the movies. They're not canon to the movies, nigga. The only movies that are canon to Z are the ones that were already established by the Daizenshuu. But Toriyama is literally not even saying that every movie exists in a different dimension. Not every movie does. Some of them literally exist in the same timeline. If we take Toriyama's statement literally, then that would have, or as full on blown word, like no exceptions, then Battle of Gods is a different timeline when we know that's not fucking true. Yeah, the problem is that movie is already established to the Daizenshuu. That movie was already confirmed canon in the Daizenshuu. So why are people just being disingenuous on purpose? This is just proof that no one actually does their research. Okay, are you retarded? Daizenshuu literally confirmed that Cooler is canon to the anime as well as Garlic Jr. Garlic Jr. literally has his own filler arc. So why would we take the idea that every movie is separated from the main continuity? That's not even what Toriyama said. I can actually go over it and just easily debunk the argument. Yeah, so let's actually just overview the argument real quick. So I'll just actually oh wait, I don't have the statement on me right now. I don't have it. Yeah, half my chat's a bunch of idiots. Because they don't actually do research. I'm like the only one who read the Daizenshuu. Daizenshuu 7 shows the timeline which includes Cooler. Cooler has been canon. Why are people being dumb as fuck? Daizenshuu 7 literally said that Cooler was canon. Let's stop, please. The argument is so buns. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I'm not going on chat. Okay, does anyone want to come up? We're still doing this. Does anyone want to come up? Okay, chat. If no one debates me, you're getting banned. All right, go to the StreamYard right now. Go to the StreamYard right now. Go to the StreamYard right now. Go to the StreamYard. Go to the StreamYard. Go to the StreamYard link right now. Go to the StreamYard. You're gonna get banned. You have okay, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. 120, 119, 118. No, not you. 117, 116, 115, 114, 113, 112, 111, 110, 109, 108, 107, 106, 105, 104, 103. You're a retard. 102, 101, 100, 99, 98, 97, 96. Oh, there he is. All right. So, okay. So, what topic do you want to run? All right. I'll give you any topic. Okay. So, what do you want to run? Oh, you're a duck, huh? You're a duck. Just like, oh, you're a duck, huh? You're ducking me? Are you ducking me? Why are you ducking me? Why did you? What? Did this nigga just duck me? All right. Okay. Never mind. He's right here. He's back here. He's back. No, chat. He's back. He's back. He's back.
My bad. You had to pause your YouTube stream. saying stuff over there.
So what debate do you want to run? Like
GT being canon to Super.
Okay, so do you agree that Super's canon to Z?
I'm not. No, I don't think so.
You don't think Super is canon to Z?
No, Beerus doesn't show up in Z, does he?
Are you a fucking idiot?
Not for Z is canon to Super, but not the other way around. Because the end of Z happens, and that doesn't mention anything in Super.
That's an argument from silence fallacy.
All right, so is Kid Buu
just because I don't mention
Kid Buu in the Broly movie?
I don't mention God, Keith.
Is the Buu arc canon to the Broly movie? I'm curious. Can you answer that question?
What?
Is the Buu arc canon to the Broly movie?
Yeah, it is.
Are you dead ass right now? I mean, the Dragon Ball Z Broly movie.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, not the Z Broly movie. Wait, why is that relevant? That's like shifting the goal. That'd be
retarded, right? There's no way that's canon to that, right?
Well, yeah, because it's blatantly stated by the Daizenshuu not to. So, I mean, like,
it's stated in the Daizenshuu that specifically the Broly movie is not canon with the
Broly movie. Okay, but that doesn't attack that. Nigga, you're shifting the fucking goalpost. That's not relevant to the discussion. The discussion is GT and Super.
Hey, don't get your panties in a twist, all right? Take a deep breath. Calm down.
Nigga, why are you mentioning the Z Broly movie? If you're just not gonna engage with the argument, then like we can just dismiss this.
What I'm saying is, like, there's nothing directly stated in the Z Broly movie that would disprove that the Buu saga is canon to it. So your argument
from ignorance. That's an argument. That's literally what an argument from ignorance fallacy is.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
No, it's not. I have literally have blatant statements proving GT's canon. Actually, wait. So, but I'm just saying, you do believe that Super's canon to Z, right?
Z's canon to Super.
Okay, so you know Dragon Ball Super is literally stated to be like the continuation of Dragon Ball Z, like multiple times, right? I'm saying you do realize that there are multiple statements.
But wasn't it like said to be a side story or something?
Something like that. Are you talking about Super or GT? I'm asking you about Super.
Super.
Okay, there's nothing that states Super is a side story, and even if it was, that wouldn't refute it being canon, because side story doesn't mean an alternate timeline. It doesn't mean that.
Okay, sure. I wasn't making an argument there.
Okay, then stop mentioning irrelevant points.
Yes, ma'am.
What? Okay, bro. Like you sound like you're a cancer patient dying. Like holy shit.
But I actually am. You know, I got STDs from your mom. That shit was tough.
Yeah, bro, this guy's so good. Okay, anyway, so do you agree that GT's canon to Z?
No. Z's canon to GT, though.
Okay, so why is GT not canon to Z, even though it's literally stated multiple times to be like a continuation of Dragon Ball Z?
Number one, there's no like GT manga.
Wait, why is that necessary? Okay, can I ask you why is that necessary?
Well, it's not canon to the Z manga because it's canon. It's a continuation,
Dragon Ball Z,
specifically of the Toei Dragon Ball Z anime.
Okay, but the Dragon Ball Z manga does not exist. It's just Dragon Ball with extra chapters in Japan. That's not a thing. Dragon Ball Z is an anime release. I'm asking you, do you believe that GT is canon to the Dragon Ball Z anime?
The Toei, yeah, not Kai.
Why is Kai relevant?
Because Kai's like a remake with, not a remake. It's like a touch up. But
okay, that doesn't mean it's
all the filler, including like.
Wait, do you know that? Okay, so why is Dragon Ball Z Kai relevant? Because Dragon Ball Z Kai and Dragon Ball Z are in the same continuity.
No, they're not.
Okay, let's actually look at what a continuity is. So a continuity, by definition, is the consistency of characteristics, people, plot, objects, and places seen by the audience over some period of time. So continuity is simply like the conception of the story or progression, right? So we know that Super and we know that Z and Kai share this same continuity. It's just that this is now going into the topic of intrinsic versus extrinsic, where they're intrinsically the same continuity but different physical representations. Like, for example, there's actually novel versions of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, but they're actually canon. Yeah, they're actually canon and stuff like that. It's just a different physical representation. There can be there's also like Star Wars novels, but they're in the same continuity as the Star Wars movies. That's actually a thing. And this goes into the matter of intrinsic versus extrinsic because Kai and Z simply are different extrinsically, but intrinsically they exist in the same continuity. And just because they don't show the fillers doesn't mean they don't exist, as that's a blatant argument from ignorance fallacy.
Okay, well, I feel like you do need to prove something, show something to be true. For it to be true, you can't simply assume that it did happen. That's fair, right?
Yeah, but since I already established that Dragon Ball Z Kai shares the same continuity or events, right? And just because Dragon Ball Kai doesn't explain or show the exact same events as another physical representation does not mean that it overrides another physical representation. It's just a condensed version of another physical representation. Like it's just a condensed version of it. But just because that condensedness doesn't explain the things outside of it or show any of the things outside of that doesn't mean that's overridden or anything like that. That's not how continuity works or physical representations work. That's like saying the novel retcons the movies. What the fuck? Like that's just
Okay,
not how that
so would
works.
you say that I didn't say anything retcon anything else, to be fair, but would you say that the Dragon Ball Super manga and the Dragon Ball Super anime are the same continuity?
No, because there's blatant because the Dragon Ball Super anime and the Dragon Ball Super manga have deviated so far from the intrinsic values that they just cannot be part of the same continuity. However,
They're all apart following the same like key points though.
not necessarily, not I mean like
Yes,
by
necessarily, because
by
Toriyama
concept.
gave them like a
I'm saying
list of things that they have to hit, correct?
okay, I'm saying that by concept, they pretty much tell a similar story. However, there's things that exist internally within the Dragon Ball Super anime and the Dragon Ball Super manga that are so deviated from intrinsic that they just cannot be part of the same continuity, or else a logical contradiction is going to follow. However, with Kai and Z,
Okay, give an
they
example. Give
still
an example of something that would,
what
separate them.
okay, so we know that Fuse Zamasu, the when Trunks cut him apart, we know that he was actually he used a spirit sword, which was not in the manga. He had a new transformation that was shown that was not in the manga. He was fighting Fuse Zamasu
Okay,
in an
so a new
entirely different
transformation
way.
is enough to set them apart, right?
No, I wasn't done speaking. So you were just
Okay,
going to strawman my
okay.
point. That wasn't rhetorical at all. So basically, I'm saying that there is a new transformation taking place within the fight that the manga does not that the manga does not hold. There's a completely different way Zamasu is defeated via a spirit sword. Zamasu dies completely differently. He becomes the timeline where whilst in the manga he becomes multiple clones of himself, and Goku and Vegeta were going to fight them off, which is not a thing that is presented within the anime. So we know that since there are so many deviations, in fact, the entire Tournament of Power manga is completely deviated from the Tournament of Power anime. And then we have things such as in the Moral arc where they mention the Granola arc where they mention things exclusive to the Goku Black arc in the manga, which if we were to apply that same attributes to, let's say, a hypothetical Moro Saga anime, there would be a lot of changes to be made intrinsically because there are just events that cannot coexist, as well as the Goku Black arc where just Goku just straight up shows shit that he just does not have in the anime. He has never performed in the anime, such as the Hakai. So logically speaking, since the anime and the manga for Dragon Ball Super are so deviated and separated intrinsically, that means they cannot be part of the same continuity. However, we know that with Z and Kai, they are not actually that separated intrinsically. In fact, there's really no separation intrinsically. Because they still tell the same story. They basically tell the story from Raditz to Buu. However, Kai is simply a more condensed version of that story and does not justify a new continuity because the same definition for continuity would still hold for Kai and Z simultaneously, which justifies the meaning between intrinsic versus extrinsic.
So you mentioned using moves that characters didn't have in the other continuity as being a way to separate them, right? Because that's a lot,
I'm
right?
saying that there are a bunch of events that just take place simultaneously with one another that just cannot coexist, which would be way too deviated intrinsically.
Okay, so but you wouldn't say that an entire different story arc would separate them, right? Because they're not happening. It's not even been happening at the same time.
No, I'm saying like if two simultaneous events are way too deviated from explanation from one another, then they cannot be considered the same continuity. If they're way too if two events like point A and point B, they're both existing in the exact same time. However, these events are so deviated from one another they just cannot coexist. That's my argument. And the manga and the anime for Dragon Ball Super present that, which means that they cannot be in the same continuity.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair argument.
So yeah, that Kai point wasn't really valid. And by the way, the Kai is designed to be more faithful to the manga. However, Kai actually cuts out scenes from the manga. If you're gonna justify that they are erasing data, then you would have to agree that Goku and Vegeta going inside of Buu is not canon when we know it is because it's literally part of the manga and the anime should have that. But they even cut scenes from the
No, I
manga
don't
as well.
necessarily have to say what is or isn't canon for Dragon Ball. Things are canon to each other in different ways. Like I wouldn't say that DBZ Kai is the same as the manga because like there's different wordage, different events. Who separates them?
Okay, so I mean, well, yeah, I think Dragon Ball Z Kai and the Dragon Ball manga actually have very similar events. You could argue that they are the same continuity. I mean, even the super manga references anime things, so like you could just argue that they can exist, especially with the fucking Z Bardock thing as well. You can argue that the manga and the anime of Dragon Ball exist in the same continuity.
The Bardock like a Dragon Ball Z Kai thing?
No, I'm saying that like in the manga of Dragon Ball, they actually showed Z Bardock, which originally appeared in the anime, which means that
And didn't he show up in like a special Dragon Ball Z special?
yeah, but that's canon to the Z anime.
Yeah, yeah. I feel Toriyama does like reference other material
Yeah, that
inside of
probably
Zone.
means they correspond to one another, but that's not relevant. I'm just shifting the goalpost. But anyway, since I pretty much refuted, we can dismiss the Kai argument. So, do you have anything other to present for Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT not existing in the same timeline?
All right, the in continuity argument where it's like, why wouldn't they use God Key or any of their power ups that they've gotten throughout this series, Dragon Ball Super and GT?
Okay, so now so the question is why aren't Dragon Ball Super concepts or Dragon Ball Super concepts mentioned or used? Okay, you can easily refute this. I'm gonna easily refute this argument. So all you have to do, so not you, I'll have to do right is just argue that GT was a thing in 1995. They didn't know that
In continuity.
What do you mean in continuity? What are you talking about?
Like in the context of the story.
That's not necessary.
Why not?
That's a negative claim. I don't have to justify that. That's a negative. I'm making the negative. Like I'm on the
But you
negative
just,
stance on
you
why
just,
that's necessary.
well, it's necessary because the main thing or argument of why it's not in continuity is because the stories are different and they didn't experience the story.
Well, we know. Okay, well, we can just argue deductively that since they're both canon to Z, then logically speaking, they would be within the same story, deductively speaking. So I don't necessarily. So I think that
They're
argument
not
is
both
very
canon to
flawed.
Z. Z is canon to both of them.
No, I already refuted that earlier. You're
Did
gonna
you?
backtrack. You're backtracking. You're backtracking hard.
Am I? Okay, wait a minute. Did I say that Z is canon to Super? Or Z is canon to Super? Did I say Super's canon to Z?
You made the claim that Z is canon to Super, but Super's not canon to Z. And you gave me your argumentation as to why that's not the case. I said there's multiple statements of both GT and Super stating that they are continuing off of Dragon Ball Z, and you made the argument saying that like
Okay, yeah, I remember
you
now. I get
said
it.
because of they don't mention this or they don't mention this that, and I said that's not an argument. That's
Yeah,
an
I got
argument.
it. I got it.
So yeah, this is
Um,
backtracking.
I just I guess you can feasibly make the argument, but like inside of continuity, there's no really good explanation
Well,
or
yeah,
good explanation at all.
the problem is that it's a consistency issue. But just because a story contains an inconsistency doesn't necessarily mean that story is false or doesn't necessarily exist within the same continuity, as that would fall under the logical fallacy known as a nirvana fallacy, which is basically arguing for a perfect world where a story must have no inconsistencies, otherwise it's not canon. But we can have justifiable inconsistencies, such as
Yeah, but
Goku's
there's
arch.
like a degree. There's a degree of inconsistency that's like acceptable, and like after a certain point, it becomes ridiculous to claim that they're the same story. Like if the Dragon Ball Super
Okay, so then
manga
under what
released a
okay,
new
so then now that
chapter,
begs the
and in the new
question.
chapter everybody was snails, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, yes, that's canon to Dragon Ball. Everything's canon there, right? Would you?
Could you repeat that one more time, sorry?
If like a Z movie came out or a Dragon Ball Super movie came out like today, and in it everyone was cockroaches. Like everyone in the show, they were cockroaches, and they didn't explain it all. They just acted like it was always there, like not a retcon or nothing. Would you say that the Dragon Ball Super Cockroach movie is totally canon?
Well, what the fuck? Okay, so for one, that analogy is just like not gonna follow because to make a cockroach movie or whatever, so like it's
Right.
just not gonna follow because if they're trying to establish that that the cockroaches were always there and they retconned everything or whatever, like yeah, I mean you could say it's deviated, but the thing is, right, you could argue that there's a true contradiction because they Goku and the cockroach version of himself can't exist simultaneously, but that's like an analogy that just isn't going to follow with GT and Super because that's a completely different like scenario.
Wait, why would they have to exist simultaneously? That he was always a cockroach?
Well, you just made that claim. You said that they were always there, right? So I
No, they
assume.
were always cockroaches. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay, yeah, but we know prior that that isn't true because
No,
Goku.
it was in the official media. The cockroaches.
Nigga, I'm not done talking. All right, I'm saying that like we know that they were humans before within the narrative consistently speaking. So the
Within the
fact that they're
narrative?
making the
Why are you
claim.
making an argument within the narrative? Clearly they didn't know. The writers weren't aware that everybody was a cockroach at the time. So I don't know why you need to make a narrative
Are you like ratting?
argument. Am I ratting?
Are you ratting, bro? Like what the fuck?
I don't know what
Okay.
that means.
Okay, so that okay, so yeah, you making the claim that they didn't know they were going to be cockroaches at the time. Okay, but here's the thing: even if we give it that they retconned the characters to become cockroaches, and then make another retconish claim to claim that they were cockroaches, right? I mean, they also did this with Kid Buu and God Key, because we know that in the Dragon Ball Z manga, we know that Goku could sense Kid Buu's ki, but then it's established that he has God ki. So they would just be another example. So you could just argue that the cockroaches thing isn't necessarily non-canon, but rather just an extreme retcon.
Okay, well, you could with the Kid Buu thing, you could argue that he just used key and didn't know how to access his God key because he had normal key before he absorbed the Kais or whatever.
Okay, but that doesn't really make sense because even Oob, who is the reincarnation of Buu, is using divine ki. So it wouldn't necessarily really
Yeah,
make
because he was
sense.
guided by a Kai, wasn't he?
No, he was fucking raising his hand.
He was literally guided by the Kai to
He wasn't
wait.
guided by the
Wait, do
Kai
you
to
think
speak hand. He
Do you
just
think
raised his
Kid
hand
Buu
by
had
listening.
access to enough energy to make Goku go Ultra Instinct?
Okay, I'm gonna like I'm just saying that like we know that Oob.
Just answer the question, dude. You don't have to like trip over your like words every 3 seconds.
Okay, yeah, Oob was like making Goku go Ultra Instinct. Yeah, why?
So you think Kid Buu could do that? Do you think Kid Buu has that power?
We know Oob got stronger post reincarnation, but no, Kid Buu wouldn't do that.
He got stronger.
Yeah, because that's just logically true. Like
How did he get
deductively
stronger? What
speaking,
did he do?
we don't know how he got stronger. We just know deductively he is
Wait. So
stronger.
you're making the argument that the God key within Oob was like what fucking multiplied somehow just for shits and giggles.
We just know deductively speaking that he got stronger because we know
No,
that
you
Vegeta.
don't know that. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
What do you mean I don't know that? Okay, anyway, so we know that the energy given to the spirit bomb that Vegeta created was given by multiple Z fighters who which are massively above Kid Buu. However, this energy was not sufficient enough to help Goku. However, when Oob gave his energy was massively above every Z fighter there and just astronomically ginormous, right?
Right.
Now, this would have to mean deductively that since the Z fighters are above that the Z fighters are above Buu, but Oob is above the Z fighters, we can just deductively make the case that Oob is above Buu, which would mean Oob got stronger than his pre-reincarnated self. So that would have to mean that Oob is above Buu.
Okay, that's a bad explanation because it assumes too many things. You're assuming that he somehow got stronger when you have no way to prove that he did get stronger.
Okay,
When
so you're
there is
just
an explanation,
backtracking your
when
argument.
there is an explanation that Hitbu just didn't know how to use his God key. Because correct, he did have ki before he absorbed the Kais. That's true. That was true. That's why he killed them, or how he killed them. He had like Kid Buu levels of energy, so to speak. It wouldn't make sense that he just had like trash ass God key, and it just for some reason you're arguing something you can't prove. You can't prove that he had he had God key, and it wasn't
Also,
anything, and it
Piccolo could
multiplied.
sense Supreme Kai. Piccolo could actually sense Supreme Kai, which would be impossible if he had God Ki. But we know he does have God Ki. So these retcons for Ki and God Ki still hold within the narrative.
I'm not saying that Kid Buu doesn't have God key. I'm saying that you're arguing. To be clear, you're arguing that Kid Buu didn't have as much God key as Oob. That's what you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
Uba's bigger God Ki. Yeah, of course.
But Oob got his God key, all of his God key from Kid Buu.
Right, but we know deductively speaking that he is stronger than Kid Buu.
Oh my God, are we just gonna go in a circle every single time?
Well, you're
Kid
the one who
Buu
said my
doesn't know how
argument
to
would be
use his God
hollow
key.
by just
Wait,
arguing.
Kid Buu has key before absorbing the Kais, right?
Okay, look, we can accept Kid Buu's power however you want. I'm just saying that like Oob is just objectively stronger given the deduction.
No, you're saying that Oob has more God key, right?
Yeah, given the deduction. Because if Buu is weaker than Vegeta and the gang, right? But Oob is massively above them by just raising his fucking hand, then deductively speaking, we know that the Z fighters are above Kid Buu and Oob is above the Z fighters. This is a basic fucking chain scale. So that would happen
He
deductively
was,
mean
what
that
was Oob using? Oob was using Kid Boo's God key.
yeah, he's raising his fucking hand.
Yeah, he was using Kid Boo's God key. So I don't,
If he was using the same level of Kid Buu's God key, then it wouldn't be sufficient. So that argument doesn't hold.
no, Kid Buu wasn't using any God key. He doesn't know how to use God key. He just had it.
What?
He's like a chimpanzee. I don't know. I don't think he knows how to use God key. He just had it. Like how Buhan had a much more
He
power than he
logically
thought he
would know how
did,
to use
and
God
he
key.
needed to like crush dimensions, and then Vegeta told him to use his power properly. Like the Buu doesn't know how to use his energy properly, especially Kid Buu.
I hope you know that the Buhan analogy you gave doesn't logically hold because if you don't know how ki works, it functions off of three properties, which is Genki, Yuki, and Shoki, right? So when Vegito makes Buu mad, like mental emotions can actually correlate to ki. Like when you're manipulating the Shoki and Yuki, because him trying to ego Buu and make him mad and stuff actually like makes him lose less control of his power and can sometimes make him like stronger but also weaker, and it would just fuck up like Boo's capabilities of using his power properly by breaking down his ego. So of course he's not going to be able to use his power properly when Vegito is manipulating the properties of his Yuki and Shoki to prevent him from doing that. So that argument is not really good. It's just not going to logically hold.
Right, sure, for Buhan, but I don't know how that affects the Kid Buu argument.
Okay, but you claiming that Kid Buu is like a dummy isn't really gonna hold, because for one, Kid Buu actually knows how to suppress his power. Even Vegeta makes the claim that he actually is toying with Goku, so he knows actually how to suppress himself and stuff like that. But also,
Not
like,
necessarily. I mean, he could just be like for example, a Cell Max. When he smacks Krillin on the top of his head, Krillin doesn't explode to a million pieces because he doesn't know how to use his energy.
well, okay, I mean Kid Buu does, so I'm not
The
claiming that Kid
Kid
Buu
Buu doesn't though.
He clearly does. I mean, we literally see him having like actually like effective martial arts against Goku. We see him holding back and suppressing his energy against Goku. We see him able to condense and control his energy and go full power when he needs to, such as the Spirit Bomb. When it was launched at him, he went to full power. So he knows the basic fundamentals. He knows how to fucking fly. He knows key techniques. He knows his regenerate. He knows how to use his regeneration properly. So obviously, Kid Buu actually knows how to use his ki given the properties. So it would actually be more expected for him to be capable of knowing how to use God Ki. So it wouldn't make sense if he weren't able to use that, given the fundamentals of me just proving that it's the case.
All right, so number one, Kid Buu doesn't know what God Ki is. He doesn't know what it feels like or how to access it. And like, secondly, Kid Buu just has a lot of ki. So like he can fly. Not every character who can fly knows how to use their ki, like Broly, for example, or Super Broly when he was
Also,
going.
I hope you know that Kid Buu knows how to use instant transmission.
Yeah, because he saw Goku use it.
Okay, but here's the problem with that. Okay, so you do know that Goku's explanation of instant transmission on Yard Rat, it literally requires extreme focus and key control to learn instant transmission, dude. That would have to mean Kid Buu knows how to exceptionally use his key, dude.
Wait, shit.
Like,
Did he not use Kai Kai? He used instant transmission?
Kai Kai is a form of instant transmission, so the argument still follows.
I guess you could argue that Kid Buu does have some control over his key control then with the instant transmission, yeah. But I still don't think that's enough to claim that he has full control over his God Key. When I don't think Oob, do you think Oob has control over his God Key? Think he knows how to use it?
Oob?
Yeah.
Well, if he didn't, I doubt. Okay, so we know that Oob. I'd argue. I think it's not. It's not really a matter of if he can or not. We just know that the size or quality of that power was so vast that it would just made him stronger than Kid Buu. But I'm just okay. But this kind of just goes across the goalpost or whatever. But in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is that there have been like contradictions or like retcons on a level of degree that you're talking about, because God Key is like an energy that should have been not been able to be sensed by the Kais, or like the Kais should have not be able to be sensed, but they are sensed by Piccolo. And in the Dragon Ball Super manga, it's stated that
Wait,
Piccolo.
Piccolo doesn't Piccolo have like I think Kai? Not Kai, was that his name? The fucking old Namekian dude.
Kami.
Kami, yeah.
Even when fusing with Kami, he's stated many times in the Mortal Arc that he can't sense the God Ki of Goku.
No, but wouldn't Kami like recognize the energy signatures of like
Vegeta
never mind.
literally couldn't find Beerus.
Yeah, that's fair. But that being said, I still don't think, because Goku and Vegeta had to practice for a while, and even Goku, he knew what God Ki felt like, and he still had trouble accessing it, even though he already did the ritual.
Yo, Z, shut the fuck up, nigga. Bro, please make a better argument. You're actually pissing me off, bro. Like, I'm tired of hearing you rat the entire time, nigga.
Wait, let me remove some people here. Okay, so the argument that you made, but I'm just saying that, like, generally speaking, like, there can be such things as there can be things such as extreme retcons that don't have to result in a true contradiction or deviation from the story. So I think we can just conclude, like, I don't really think you presented any good points.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you could just say that. That doesn't like refute my argument at all.
But I already refuted it though. So you're just gonna, like, are we gonna go back in circles?
You refuted that Kid Buu. How does Kid Buu? Wait, fuck. You think that Kid Buu can control his God key and use it?
That wasn't relevant to the initial premise. My premise was that I'm saying that my initial premise is that there are extreme contradictions or, like, extreme retcons that exist, like, internally within the story, but don't necessarily deviate continuity. For example, I said that Kid Buu had God key, but in the manga we know that he was using mortal key because Goku could sense him, but we know that he now has God key, given that it's explained that Kid Buu possesses the power of a god, right? Due to as explained by Maris, because the good Buu inherited the great Lord of Lords physical appearance, I assume he received the power of the god power as well. But maybe that power went to the evil Buu instead. But we know that that's not really true for Fat Buu, but with Kid Buu, it's the case because he made it.
Fat Buu had the memories, but that's whatever.
Oh, but I'm simply saying that Kid Buu having God Key or just using it is not relevant. I'm just saying that God Key by concept is a retcon to previously established events, but that doesn't necessarily mean that due to those events now existing, then it's a deviation of continuity. I'm saying that I just use that as an example. So
God
I'm
key
just
isn't like
stating
a big
the
enough
status quo.
retcon though.
What?
God key isn't like a big enough retcon.
Okay, are you gonna make you making metrics on a retcon to deviate a story? Like I just won't agree to those metrics.
I mean, that's disingenuous, but okay.
But why? Okay, but I'm asking you, why are your metrics true?
Why are my metrics? Oh, because I can.
What the fuck happened
Bro,
to me?
finally, bro. That nigga internet was ass, bro. Ass Mike, nigga.
That nigga got bodied. He is so ass.
Bro, no, he was actually ratting the entire time. Like, after he made the fucking argument from silence, this nigga Z was ratting, bro. Like, please. Like, please, bro. Oh, he
Please
also
what?
committed perfect solution fallacy. Like, dog.
Like this dude basically is saying that retcons have metrics. This guy's a joke.
I mean, you're the one arguing that Cockroach Ball Z could be totally canon. That
Yeah, it could be because extreme retcons are still possible within the narrative. I'm saying that
yeah, but
true
if
contradict like there's a difference between extreme retcons and true contradictions within the narrative. Your your metrics just aren't going to follow.
okay, so you previously stated that if point A and point B happen at the same time, but are like differently presented, then you could say that they're different continuities.
Yeah, after like it's like way too much. Yeah.
What's your metric for that?
Um, because okay, so if I have let's say the Dragon Ball anime, right, and I have okay, let's say I have this is the book, and this is the show, right? Let's say the show has okay, let's say the show has this guy fighting this
Bro,
guy
I'm
and
sorry.
fighting.
Could you spit it out, man? This is hard to listen to.
Okay, so let's say in A, there's a Bob and David. Bob is fighting David. However, in this other version, Bob runs away from David, and then there's two, and then these events that follow onward are so different from each other that they cannot be the same continuity intrinsically.
But if Bob was fighting David and a different continuity, Bob was fighting David, but he had Super Saiyan 1 million. They didn't choose to use it. those would still be same continuity.
Yeah.
But there is like a contradiction in one because one has the ability that the other doesn't have and he's not using it, which is out of character.
It's not a matter of, you do realize that, okay, so I don't think he has to use Super Saiyan 1 million to be canon. You're making the necessary P and Q.
I mean, if it's not
You're
in
claiming the necessary
character,
P and Q.
if it's like disgustingly out of character, I think there's reason for you to say that
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
reasonable
the
to
same.
question it, but logically, it's just the logical scope is just gonna remain as an argument from silence fallacy.
I'm sorry, can you say that again, but slower?
I'm saying that it's right to question that. However, it's just gonna result in a argument from silence fallacy within a logical scope.
Dude, I don't know. Whatever, man. Okay, so you're spamming the argument from silence, but when a character acts out of character in a way that they would never normally do, you can usually safely, like, if Goku were to turn
Vegeta
around and kill
doesn't go
Chi,
Super Saiyan Blue Evolution in the Broly movie. Please stop this.
what?
Are you gonna claim Dragon Ball Super isn't canon to itself because Vegeta doesn't use Super Saiyan Blue Evolution against Broly?
No, there's a reasonable explanation for that.
Okay, why?
If Broly was already too powerful, he wouldn't want to use all that energy when he knew he couldn't win.
Congratulations. So you conceded that it's not necessary for a character to go at their full power during fights. So
Well, when it's inside of character, sure, but if Oob, for example, in GT has all that power, like all that God,
he is so fucking shit.
Yeah.
He's so bad.
Bro, I can't listen to this shit no more, bro.
No, he's like, oh, dude, Vegeta, Broly was already too strong. Okay, baby's too strong.
Right.
Baby's too strong. Omega Shenron's too strong. Oh my god, Super 17 is too strong. Baby's too strong. Oh my god, these villains are too strong. He doesn't have to transform into those forms, dude.
Right.
Don't use this argument is so shit.
Bro, funny thing is, some of these villains like Omega Shenron and Baby, they hold back on purpose. Like, so because they're holding back, they'll make statements like, "Oh, I'm going to kill you," but then they hold back. So does that contradict anything? Like, no, bro.
It's in if anyone wants to come on stream, it's in the description. Dude, oh my god, man, Vegeta, Broly was too strong, man. Bro, baby's too strong, bro.
He left. Yo,
Such a fucking rat. This nigga got bodied. Straight running from me. Come back. You left the fuck. I see you on the menu. Come back on the menu.
Dog. Bro, can we just
I think he used it.
Bro?
He only used it I think he only used it once against Super 17. I think.
He didn't even use it against Super 17. He used everybody used regular Super Saiyan. Like, everybody was dumb in that fight.
Yeah, but like I was saying,
so baby's too strong. Baby can be too strong. He doesn't have to use Super Saiyan God because baby's too strong.
No, I'm talking specifically about Oob. Why doesn't he use his God Key power, which you said that he knows how to use against Baby?
Okay, so first of all, right, I could just argue that the power that Oob is using is the God Key power.
Well, then you'd have to argue that like other people could sense him. If I could grab a statement of anybody saying Maju's power is off the charts or something like that, that would disprove your argument.
Not necessarily, because I could just argue that it's just another retcon similar to how Piccolo could sense Supreme Kai's God Key, but God Key wasn't an establishment yet, so that same metric can be applied to GT.
So do you think in GT they would re-retcon that God Key can be sensed?
That's not how that works, because GT was a thing in 1995. God Key wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. That's a stupid argument.
No, your argument doesn't follow. I'm saying that if anyone could sense Ki, especially from people who are gods, right? Before Battle of Gods came out, and we established that these characters have God Ki later on in the story, then any mention or sensing of God Ki would just be a retcon. I'm like for
Wait,
anything
wait.
below
Wouldn't wouldn't
2012.
wouldn't wouldn't the Supreme wouldn't the Kai have like normal key too?
No.
Supreme Kai has God Ki. It's just that Piccolo sensed that God Ki back in 1995, but we know he can't sense God Ki because of the new attributes and traits revealed in Dragon Ball Super.
Oh
So,
no, no,
and
wait,
since we
Zayden,
know,
call
and
me.
Oob didn't have God Ki initially in the 90s, but we know that later in Dragon Ball Super, he has God Ki. So, and since we know that GT's canon is Super, that would now mean that any mention of Oob having mortal Ki or any attribute of Oob having mortal Ki is just going to be refuted by the new Dragon Ball Super updates. So that would mean that Majub is using God Ki. It's simple.
Okay, within the consistency of the story though, that doesn't work. You are saying that because you claim or whatever that Dragon Ball Super is canon to GT, that it just not on the actual happenings in GT, that it supersedes its own continuity. Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super isn't like even explicitly a part of GT in the first place. There's way too many contradictions.
Okay, for one that's like your own interpretation of what like a contradiction is. So like I'm just gonna like put that into question. But also, right, the staff of Dragon Ball don't even consider your argument as true because okay, I'm actually sharing my screen, ironically enough. Um this is what they view Dragon Ball Super and GT's canon. They literally view them on the same timeline.
When
Like
did that come out? Wasn't that just Battle of
this is the
Gods?
27 this is the official 2017 Budasai timeline, which
2017. Well,
includes
let me search
which
something up.
includes Dragon Ball Super. So they literally view them in the same continuity. They've always been doing that. Like the authors still intend for GT and Super to be connected, so your argument doesn't hold. Them there
What is
being
that
true
again?
okay, I'm saying that your argument for Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super to not be connected due to contradictions isn't really going to hold because years after GT and years after Super's production, or like they were kind of still in Super's production because this was before the Broly movie came out, but they still consider GT and Super to still exist within the same continuity or timeline.
What is that from? Is that from like?
That's the official 2017 Budasai Japan tour right here.
Oh, well, I guess if that's a credible source, yeah, you could claim Super and GT are the same.
Yeah, but you arguing about there being contradictions because this isn't mentioned, that isn't mentioned, that isn't shown. First of all, that's a giant argument from silence. And second, right, the mentioning of God Key or just God Key has always been like a retcon since Dragon Ball Z. So I mean, but we obviously know that Z and Super are connected because there's multiple statements. So that's not gonna hold either. So I think we can just conclude.
Wait, there's still no in story evidence though. Like you're making the claim that GT is canon to Super. My argument doesn't have to be an argument from silence as long as I'm not using your claim to prove something else. But your claim can be incorrect because you are arguing without any evidence. Well, ignoring that fucking.
I'm arguing simply off of the deduction that since Super is canon to Z and GT is canon to Z, that would deductively conclude that they exist within the same temporal framework or continuity, which would mean that they exist in the same timeline. I don't have to argue something within GT to prove that it's canon to Super. It's more so the fact that since they are like, I don't have to look for a statement or anything like that. I'm simply using the fact that since they are both continuations of Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z is one timeline, then logically speaking, they would exist under the same temporal framework.
I'm sorry, I low-key wasn't paying attention. I guess you could make that argument. I would just personally not agree that that's sufficient, but that's more of a personal disagreement than anything. So yeah, fair. You got it.
All right, all right. Okay, yeah, guys. Dragon Ball Z is multiple timelines. You do realize Dragon Ball Z is in reference to like Raditz to Buu, right? That's only one timeline. Yo, Katie, bro.
Yo, what's up?
This guy was, bro. He was.
Yo, yo, is my mic good?
Oh, your mic is like. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He's not coming back up.
He gotta fix this shit.
He has to fix his shit, bro.
Well, Corn, that's not a huge country. Yo, bring Corn up. You used the peel off gang as an argument, bro. Nah.
How? What do you mean?
Okay,
What do
so
you mean that's not a huge contradiction?
it's
It would
simply
just
a
be. I'm pretty sure that would just be a retcon of their age and not necessarily the timeline.
right.
I mean, it literally both Super and GT kind of starts off with them wishing to be like younger, right? But in GT they
No.
wish
The
for
wish was
Goku.
to no. The wish was to take over the world, not to be younger.
Yeah, my fault. I remember it wrong, but like, wasn't like they were little kids in the beginning of Super, and by like GT they were old as hell, and they wished for like Goku to be a little ass kid, right?
Yeah, but that would kind of just be a retcon of their age and not the timeline because there's also like a bunch of other retcons as well that could like that exist in like Super or whatever. Like for example, Yajirobe in the future timeline is dead. However, in Dragon Ball Super, they retconned that and they pretty much said he's alive now.
Well, I don't believe Super is canon, is he? So
Wait, why?
Bro.
I mean, I heard like multiple statements of like Goku being the strongest by like end of Z, and
He
I
is.
just
What the
can't,
fuck?
I can't, I can't see it being the same for Super. You know, my goat Beerus is around. I
Like,
can't see
oh,
that.
meet potential man.
Nigga, bro.
Yo, Kate, have you seen that
Goat man.
picture? Meet potential
Yo.
man.
Yes, bro. That's literally Beerus, bro. That's the beer. That's every god of destruction, in fact. Them niggas
Bro,
have
what are
surpassed
you
by
talking about?
sprint.
Beerus is not potential man, bro. Beerus will
Oh,
solo
base.
any Dragon Ball character that's not a god right now.
Nigga,
Matter of fact, he
base
solos
Jiren
half the
would literally
gods.
molest half the gods. Bro.
Yes, bro. Oh, manga. I'm
He's
talking about manga Beerus, not anime Beerus. Now, anime Beerus, he might get raped by Jiren. He might, but I'm talking
yo,
about manga
yo,
Beerus.
you can't say that. Yo, Tristan,
TOS,
yo,
TOS,
yo, corn,
TOS,
corn, bro, corn. This is Discord.
TOS,
Corn, this is not Discord. You can't say that. You can't say that.
TOS.
Ay caramba. Anyway, bro. I mean, in the manga, even then, it's shaky to even think if Beerus or even argue that Beerus is above these current characters.
Yo,
Certain, yo,
who was saying there is stronger than all the other mortals? Yeah, I want to run that. Who was slandering
are you talking about Beerus in the anime or Beerus in the manga?
the manga?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree.
No, I don't think I wouldn't view Korn as like a debater necessarily. I think he's like more like a casual.
Yeah.
Like we'll let you know when there's a debater.
Okay. How is my mic?
It's good. Yeah, it's decent, I guess.
Okay.
Boy, I feel so tough.
Oh my god.
Yo, Toa, bruh. Yo, Certain, are you Russian?
No,
Ah, okay.
I'm not even close.
What I was saying was true though. Let's be honest.
Like, what do you mean?
Would manga Beerus not, would he not
Manga Beerus has no evidence
destroy?
being above Black Frieza. He has no evidence.
What evidence does Black Frieza have above manga Beerus,
One
nigga?
shotting two guys in the realm of the gods.
Not in the
So,
realm of Beerus. So what?
Based on what? Why aren't they in the realm of Beerus?
Beerus literally soloed every god of destruction, bro.
Why are they relevant? Why are the other gods of destruction relevant to Goku and Vegeta? What feats do they
Because
have?
Beerus literally said it himself. He literally said Vegeta would be a god of destruction in another universe.
Yeah, back in chapter 29. We're now at chapter 100, dude. So it's not relevant.
Okay, okay.
He's
In
massively
the
above the
same
other gods.
arc, Beerus is literally putting Vegeta in the dirt. What are we talking about, bro? Lock in.
In current Vegeta in base form would waste in his blue form from chapter 29. He's not
Huh?
relevant.
what?
Yeah, base Vegeta currently
Ah,
would slam the ever living shit out of perfected blue Vegeta. Even harder than Beerus did, arguably.
What, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on now,
Call
I,
bro.
me
You
the
I
gotta
say,
medium.
hop off of Frieza meat, bro. He's not the GOAT. If it was
I say,
Beerus, I can understand,
yeah.
but he's
Yo,
not
I'm not
Beerus,
gonna
bro.
lie, certain Loki cooking because I'm pretty sure Black Frieza would be one to actually be a threat to Beerus.
I mean, I'm not
He
disagreeing.
might,
He
but
definitely
he
would
would
be a
No,
threat.
not beat Frieza. He would not beat
uh,
Beerus, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah. We
actually
never
have an
seen Beerus
argument
flip out.
for Black
I would
Frieza.
literally,
No,
bro.
he did.
How much you
Wait,
want to
wait.
bet that when the super manga comes back? Because I heard it's getting teased this month. Um, low key, if Frieza beats Beerus, there's no conversation here, bro.
Norm, there's an
Damn.
actual argument for Black Frieza being above Beerus thanks to Oob and his placement in the timeline.
Thanks to who?
Thanks to Oob, of all people.
What's the argument?
Basically, superhero happens right before the end of Z, like right before it. Chapter 104 concluded the superhero arc, stated by the official website.
Yeah, there's still like a little amount of time before end of Z.
The narrative for End of Z is that Goku is having the fight of his life against Oob, and that Goku is the strongest. So he will be above Beerus. So Black Frieza would have to have his arc after the End of Z, which would make him by default above End of Z in terms of power.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
Okay, basically his argument is that the setup for the end of Z is that Goku fights Oob and Goku in the original, and since they're building up to the original end of Z, Goku's the strongest, so therefore Oob is the strongest. However, Black Frieza would logically have to be after the end of Z, which would mean that Goku in Dragon Ball Super would be above Beerus but below Black Frieza.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
much. Pretty much. Like
Okay, wait. So wait, why
all
would Black Frieza like? Why would so you're saying the Black Frieza arc has to be after end of Z?
yes.
What?
I mean,
Yes, by
technically,
necessity.
yeah.
There's enough time for them to slip it in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get a little nut
No.
off.
No. Why? Because they said that superhero is right before the end of Z. There's nothing in between them. You can't fit a Black Freeze
That's
arc between the
bro.
end of Z and
That's not what
superhero.
this
That's
scan
not
said.
Toriyama's statement. It says it's right before the end of Z. It's the final chapter before the end of Z.
Hold on. I got the
That's what
scan. I
they
got the
said.
scan. Let me check.
Toriyama said it's the final chapter before the ending of Z in the original manga.
No, Toyotaro, not Toriyama. Toyotaro
Same
said that.
thing. Same thing. He said that for the movie. Toriyama said it for
Yo,
the movie, and Toyotaro said that for the manga.
sir,
the
I
manga
think we
arc.
made a mistake about the cosmology of Dragon Ball.
What was it?
So the statement that was said that the Kaioshin realm is 1/10 the size of the macrocosm, that doesn't actually say that. It was actually a Daizenshuu statement, and was actually just referring to Daizenshuu 4, and Daizenshuu 4 simply says that it's 1/10 the combined size of the living and the other world.
The living and the other world combined is what makes the macrocosm.
Right, but in order for the living world and the other world to be a thing, right? For them to be separated and for the macrocosm to have multiple realms, there need to be a higher dimensional space separating all of them.
Okay.
Infinity times infinity.
That wouldn't be a higher infinity. Infinity times infinity is not a higher infinity.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. So why are you saying it would be a higher infinity?
Imagine the X in between the infinity, bro.
I can imagine infinity better than you do, dude.
Like somebody in the chat already, kind of explained this, bro.
I'm not looking at the chat.
Also, by the way, Frieza one-shotted. He one-shotted. He basically one-shot Goku and Vegeta. I'm pretty sure that with Beerus, I don't think because Goku and Vegeta were already reaching the realm of the gods, so they were going to reach Beerus's level, and Frieza is one-shotting people reaching Beerus's level.
Basically, no. In the current chapters from 102 to 104, Beerus makes the claim that when Goku surpasses him, he'll nominate him for God of Destruction. After he sees Beast Gohan fight Broly, he says, "Yeah, that guy could be a candidate for God of Destruction, but not really because of his personality." So Beast Gohan would already have the power requirements met for a God of Destruction candidate for Universe 7, which is above Beerus, due to what he said in Chapter 92. And Goku is relative to Gohan, so he would also have the same level of power.
I would actually need that scan.
Which one? The one says, if you surpass me, I'll nominate you?
No, I
Or
know
the
about
other
that
one?
one. I'm talking about the other one, the one he said about Gohan.
Yeah, sure. Here it is. Uh,
I have a debate: Super 17 versus the Shadow Dragon's own versions. He loses to Raid Shenron badly.
No shit.
Super 17 doesn't even get past the second dragon.
I found the scan. It says movies up to now have followed major episodes continuing between the original manga's Majin Buu arc and the final chapter. Superheroes is the story right before the final chapter. Link to this excellent director is that okay? This is this is contradicted. This statement is contradicted because they already started a new arc in between superhero and the end of Z. If this is true,
what is it? What's the name of the arc?
no, there's no name for it. There's no name for it because usually names are like
Which
fan
chapter
made.
numbers? Which chapter numbers are you referring to then?
Isn't
Chapter
that an
numbers.
epilogue?
The epilogue? No, bro. I'm talking about the fucking.
Okay, so it says a
Where is it?
suitable candidate for the God of Destruction, perhaps? No way, not a chance. Destruction isn't in the cards for someone that straight-laced, indeed.
He doesn't dismiss him because of power, he dismisses him because of personality.
I don't care. Beerus is still dog Goku.
He's a cat.
Yeah, chapter 104. Chapter
Goku's a
104.
monkey. So what?
Those events take place before the superhero arc in chapter 104. Chapter 103
Really?
is the ending of the super. Yep, it's confirmed that it happened before. Like it's not after 103 in terms of chronology. It shows Trunks and Goten in school before the events and how they became Saiyaman X and Saiyaman Y. It was
Oh
basically
yeah.
a footnote in Toriyama's original draft for the superhero arc, but there wasn't enough time in the movie to add it, so Toyotaro just made the one-shot chapter about it. So yeah, 104 is before superhero.
Wait, are you saying Goku and Vegeta would be able to beat Beerus right now?
I say they have the necessary power to contend with him, yes.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like
You're
at the
right. You're
very
right.
least relative. Like at the very least relative to him. And since Black Frieza is above them, he would be above theirs as well. Like the V-Jump scan, which people use to say, oh, Beerus is still above Black Frieza, is a misinterpretation of the scan
The
itself.
fact that Whis even questions that to Beerus kind of pretty much supports the fact that Gohan is on the level of like Beerus.
Yeah, he has the sufficient power to be but a God of Destruction candidate, but not the personality.
I mean, I don't know.
Like,
We seen Beerus dog God of Destructions before.
we really didn't. But it doesn't matter, because it was all before their alter ego retcon. Yeah, it is a retcon. Like all the material from chapter 1 to chapter 50 is consistent with Beerus not having alter ego. The Granola arc comes in and reveals that, oh, he has a technique hidden. And so did all the gods of destruction, but never really used it before. So yeah,
Yeah. And
like it's just a meta retcon for the story to work.
I meant Shadow from Sonic. Oh wait, Super 17 versus Shadow. Okay. So I'll just use an easy 5D scale for Super 17. Super 17 is above Baby, who shook a place that transcends time. Therefore, Super 17 is 5D. Therefore, Super 17 is like broken. Also, he moves at a measurable speed.
Nice. Measurable speed, fifth dimension.
Yeah, which, yeah, pretty cool. But anyway, what's crazy is that I've been wondering, right? There's people, Katie, peep this.
Hmm?
There's people who interpret the transcending dimension scan. People think that the transcending dimensions in for the afterlife doesn't necessitate something higher than 4D, but rather it's just transcending the afterlife in a spiritual sense.
Huh?
Okay.
Like
Wait,
it's
wait, wait,
transcending
wait, wait, wait,
dimensions
wait.
in a spiritual sense.
How does hell transcend the living universe in spiritual sense? Logically, it should be lower
Right.
based on what hell is. Like, doesn't make sense.
That's a fucking good point, actually, because if it was transcending it in the spiritual sense, then why is hell, which is within the afterlife, would it be considered lower?
It's literally stated to be a lower realm. Like it literally states that heaven is a higher realm than hell.
Like, okay, it's clear cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is transcended in the spiritual way, but it's also like dimensionally transcended.
No, it's a different argument. They're not saying because it's transcendental. They're making the claim that transcending dimensions is only in context to within a spiritual sense and not necessarily a higher axis than 4D.
I mean, they'd have to have the context to prove that. That is the case.
Oh no, their
only.
context is simply the fact that the other world is a spiritual realm, therefore transcendence is within a spiritual sense.
Yeah, that's so stupid, bro.
That's self-reference.
Huh?
Like,
What?
that's self-reference.
Oh, he can
Do
only
you
he can
know?
only
Do
be
you know what
translated
self-reference?
spiritually
Wait, why
because it's a
mention that?
spiritual realm.
It's the argument they're using is self-reference. It's self-referential. Like,
Yo,
do you know?
Gohan. Yo, hold on, Chewie. Do you debate?
Gohan Beast doesn't body Goku. It's high diff either way for either of them.
High
Like,
diff, man, that's
yeah,
some
Wait,
bullshit.
didn't wait. Didn't Goku
yeah,
state that he wasn't trying to beat Gohan?
Yeah, no,
yeah, but
Goku
he was
fucking
going full
like
power.
he obliterates Gohan. He obliterates
Yeah, but
Gohan
he
and
was going
fucking
full power.
What?
Both of them were going full power, but not trying to win.
nigga said go
Gohan
black.
was trying. Gohan was trying to show Goku his power. He wasn't trying to win either.
They both losing to Zoro.
They
Corn,
were
what the
both
fuck
at
are you
full
talking
power, but
about?
just showcasing it.
Huh? What?
That's why there's several cuts in them in the fight where they just stand there and talk, doing nothing.
103 is proof Gohan is faster than UI. Oh, are you talking about the scene where he fucking charged up his ki to max to full power and he kicked Goku and Goku still dodged him? Oh yeah, sure, he's faster. Yeah, he totally speed
Gohan can't
blitzed him.
maintain that. Gohan
Yeah,
can't maintain that level of power. He just can't.
like what?
After a few exchanges, he was huffing and puffing. So
What'd you
it's
say,
not
sir?
sustainable for him. Gohan can't maintain that level of power.
Yeah,
He was huffing
like
and
he gets
puffing after
tired.
a few exchanges. It wouldn't be a valid way to fight Goku.
Gohan is looking like a fraud right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Ultra Instinct Invasion couldn't keep up with that speed. Okay, what? That's a lie. What the fuck?
Okay.
It clearly
Okay.
did. Hyping up Goku, pushing Gohan back a few feet. And so
That's not a feat though.
are you using distance of pushing like as a metric? Like what? So
It's not really a
desperate.
feat. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so
Laugh
Goku stated
emoji.
that he wasn't trying to beat Gohan. That entails that he was not going all out. Because when
No,
Goku
that's
is
not
intending to
what.
beat someone, he is usually going all out. So he wasn't trying to beat Gohan. He was not using his full power.
Going all
Yo,
out and trying to beat someone are two separate things.
I feel like there's an argument that heroes could be canon.
It's
Nigga,
not.
not to the main time. It's not canon to the main timeline. Like there's no
Not to the
argument.
main timeline, but like
Canon in general?
canon
Well,
to
yeah, it is.
canon to Dragon Ball in general.
Yeah, it is.
I
It
feel like
always was. Everything
like
that's
to
Stuff is
everything
prophecy.
that's Dragon Ball is canon. Motherfucker,
No,
Luffy
but
No,
is
like,
I'm
yeah, I
canon.
saying
think
like
Drip is kind of stupid for saying Heroes is canon to the main timeline because literally, since the fact that Dragon Ball Super is like destined to adapt Moro, the plot point of Moro is for Goku to reactivate Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
Not even
Like
that, dude.
Goku and Super Dragon Ball Heroes literally
And it's
have
not even a
access to
retcon
Ultra.
issue because the Moro arc was conceived after Heroes, where Goku can use Ultra Instinct as well. So they're willingly ignoring the events of Heroes.
Yeah,
do you
Heroes is
guys think
a different timeline.
Dragon Ball Online is canon to the main timeline?
No. No,
I
it's
kind
not.
of feel like it is. I'm not gonna lie.
You could
Um,
argue it maybe, but I don't think so. Beerus already is confirmed to be the strongest god of destruction. Okay, and what?
Why does that
the
matter?
mortals could reach that power.
The other gods are just worried. Doesn't matter.
CC
The other
goes.
god of destructions are bones.
You think that if Goku, Broly, Gohan, and Vegeta and Piccolo were to jump Beerus, would they kill him?
Beerus will still win. Beerus will still win.
They would slaughter him, dude.
Beerus would still win. On Zeta Soul. I'll put that on Zeta Soul, bro.
Yo, I'm dead, bro.
Yo,
dead. You're dead.
Beerus gonna unlock his new mode, bro.
Yo, Beerus might win though. Beerus has no limits, bro. Remember,
Ultra
Beerus has
Instinct
no
God
limits?
of Destruction. Let's be
Beerus
honest.
needed to have no limits in Battle of Gods. Beerus Destruction has no limits.
Beerus Boundless. Boundless Beerus.
Yeah, boundless Beerus, exactly.
I think it's true because it rhymes. If it rhymes, it means it's true, bro. Let's be honest.
Facts, dude, facts. Oh my
This dude's a
god.
shameless wink. Yo, bro, Muhammad, shut your black. You know what? Let me not. I'm not even gonna do it to you. Yo, who's winking? Who's winking?
The only one ranking is you.
Muhammad,
And
bro.
ranking
Frieza can't approach Beerus level because Beerus is infinite times Frieza, bro. He can't approach infinity, bro. That's not possible for Frieza right now. He's not approaching infinity right now.
Frieza is the limit. Yeah. So you have Beerus the Frog.
Also, Zeta.
Yo,
Yo,
You
it's
said,
historic. It's historic. The goat.
You said like a few.
This is what we're talking about, bro. Muhammad, Goku was holding back and more of the proof he truly knocked him out of the form. Oh, historic got summoned, bro.
Yeah, GG's, bro. He finna touch
No,
Muhammad.
he's actually fucking cooked.
Bro, I feel like Beerus should be the main character. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yo, Corn,
Beerus
shut the
shouldn't
fuck
even
up,
exist.
nigga.
Horny!
Beerus shouldn't even exist.
Who shouldn't exist?
Beerus.
Beerus
Bro.
ruined the hype of Dragon Ball.
You're lying. You're lying.
Bro,
Beerus is the hype of Dragon Ball.
Nigga, everyone is sleeping safe and sound because they know Beerus could one-shot every villain.
Exactly.
That makes the plot bad.
No, it makes the plot Beerus, nigga. Stop playing.
No, it doesn't.
It makes the
Zeta,
plot boring, predictable, and annoying.
Every time.
Wait. How does that make the plot bad though? Because Beerus, he says multiple times he's not gonna fight for Earth.
But we
Because
know that
it
the
removes
villain
the
has an ego and shit and
credibility.
wants to fight Beerus, he'll just die, dude. It's like so boring for them.
Multiple villains were scared of Beerus. Frieza was scared of Beerus in the
Yeah, that's
See,
kind of
that's
like
the
I
issue.
don't know, like it's kind of
That's the
mid
issue.
knowing that there's someone to stop Beerus if they were.
If
provoked.
anything, I feel like Whis is 10 times worse.
Whis is worse, but he doesn't actually do it directly.
Yeah, but
He
Whis did it. We seen Whis did it directly though.
Whis intervenes, he dies.
Because
He reversed
Beerus
time once. Do we not remember that?
Because Beerus asked him to do that. Beerus is the one who told him to do that.
No, bro. Beerus wasn't telling him to do that. The plot told Beerus to tell him to do that. That was the plot fault, not Beerus' fault. Let's be honest.
Oh nah. You got me with that one. Oh nah. Dude, the plot is written around the characters.
Okay, so
Like,
Beerus
If Whis
Beerus
does
is low-key
something, he
above
dies.
Beerus is not there.
If he does something, he dies.
If Beerus is not there, the time wouldn't be rewinded. And the characters would have to face the consequences of their actions. Which is good writing, but we can't have
Yo,
that.
guys, who would survive Dragon Ball Squid Game, bro?
Nobody.
Beerus, yeah.
Saitama.
Nigga.
Beerus is not surviving. I'm killing him.
Yo, my money's on Gohan. I think Gohan would do it.
I would.
Piccolo would.
Would not.
Piccolo's actually a good argument. Like if we're taking into account abilities, bro.
Piccolo and Gohan could low-key like survive a Dragon Ball Squid Game. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. Like dumb niggas. Like imagine like the fucking Zeno guards as like the killers, bro.
Yo.
And Zeno is like the head boss. Like that's literally what it would be like.
Low-key, I hope they do something more with Goten and Trunks.
Man, bro, we already know how they're gonna turn out in the
I low-key relate to
Do you know
Goten,
what's
bro.
gonna happen to Goten in the end of Z? Do you know what would happen to him?
What?
Pan is gonna beat his ass.
Pan is seriously
She's gonna waste him. She's gonna destroy him.
Oh, you talking about in the Z? Goten was holding back, bro.
Upscales GT.
Holding back my ass. He's getting
GT
embarrassed.
upscale.
He's
Obviously,
getting
Goten
embarrassed,
was holding
dude.
back, bro.
He's getting
okay,
embarrassed,
prove that.
dude.
If
Ah,
Goten
don't
wasn't
be
holding
bad,
back,
dude.
why didn't he go Super Saiyan, bro?
Because Stan would beat him anyways.
At highest, you can argue that this nigga Pan could
GT
beat Goten in
upscale.
base.
GT upscale.
Low key,
If he didn't have master,
GT Goten is strong as hell. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
GT
lie.
Goten would beat Super Saiyan God Goku's ass, and Pan can beat this same Goten.
I don't know about all that now. Well, maybe. I
No,
don't know.
he can. He can.
No,
Bro.
let me drop the biggest Goten scale on the map. You see
You were
Goten
just hating on Goten a second ago. What the hell?
because it upscales Stan, dude.
I don't give
You
a
see
damn.
Goten is equal to Gohan base to base. That same Gohan is fighting square with the fucking Gammas. The Gammas are stronger than Granola Arc, Goku, and Vegeta because they did better against Cell Max than Goku and Vegeta did against Zombie Gas. And Zombie Gas and what's his name? Cell Max is stated to be the deadliest enemy at this point, which would place him above Zombie Gas. So you have Goten slamming the entirety of the Granola Arc. Sans Gas. And he is losing to fucking Pan. A 12-year-old.
No, he's
A
not,
4-year-old kid.
No, he's
A
not,
4-year-old kid. Yeah, he
No,
is.
he's not, bro.
He's getting his ass
No,
whooped.
he's
Dude.
not, bro. No, he's not. He's not.
Pan
I'm sorry.
slams.
He's not, bro.
Why not?
Bro, by the fuck, what was it? By the baby arc, Goten's doing crazy shit. By the baby arc, Goten is like, you can argue he's stronger than Goku and Trunks by the baby arc, bro.
Okay, so what? So is Pan.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Goten.
Pan is not stronger
I'm
than
not
him.
gonna lie.
Shadow Dragon's arc Pan slams him.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she does. She scales to base
No,
Goku by Shadow Dragon.
I don't care.
Yeah,
No,
she
she
does.
doesn't.
Yeah, she does. She scales
No, she
above.
doesn't.
She scales to base
No, she
Goku in the
doesn't.
Shadow Dragon's arc, who slams
No,
Goten. Yeah.
You gonna put any evidence in front of my face? I'm gonna say Goten wins anyways, just because I can.
Invincible ignorance is an argument, dude.
I love this nigga Corn, bro.
Invincible ignorance.
Goten and Beerus Glaze, bro.
Like
Gohan
this is my
is
top
sad.
10, top 5 list of Dragon Ball characters to glaze. Beerus number 1. Piccolo number 2 because he's cool. Even though I low-key hate him sometimes. Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT.
Type shit.
Type shit.
Let's see here. Gogeta.
Oh no.
Oh, bro.
Gogeta slash
No.
Vegeta. Gogeta slash Vegeta. Both
Okay,
of
so
them.
now we're lying. Now we're lying.
And
Now we're
5,
lying.
and 5,
Vegeta
and 5
Vegito
Goten
are
just because I
sad.
can't. Oh wait, how am I lying for Vegito, bro?
Vegito and Gogeta are sad as fuck, dude.
Moro Saga father?
Wait a second. How are they sad?
Bro, Muhammad, shut
They're
your black
sad as
ass up,
fuck,
nigga.
dude. Name me a
How are
single
they
villain
sad?
Vegito beat. Name me a single villain Vegito beat, and name me a single fucking good.
Nigga, name your father.
Gogeta has.
Name your father. Do you know your dad?
Yeah, I'm my own dad. I'm my own dad, bitch. I'm
So
my
you
own
fucked
dad,
your mom.
bitch.
You fucked your mom. Thanks for telling me.
No, I just.
Wait, what?
I just
What?
I'm a constant. I'm constant.
What?
You constantly
my-
fuck your mom?
Constant, you dumb bitch.
You constantly fuck your mom?
No. No, you dumb
Yo,
bitch. I don't have a mom. I only have myself.
Oh, so you don't have a mom or a dad. You're parentless.
You're God?
I'm my own parent. I'm the first cause, dude.
So you nutted inside of your own self is what you're telling me. Thanks.
No, I just exist.
alright,
I just
bro.
exist.
Alright.
Yo, bro. Nah, the clip farming is infinite in here, bro.
Oh, I feel myself kicking. I think I'm going into labor. Oh, I feel myself kicking.
I'm pure act. I'm just pure act, dude.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, gang, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, didn't Vegito beat somebody in Heroes? And I'm pretty sure he beat Z Broly.
No, he got his ass off by Z Broly.
Yeah, he lost. No, Z
2v1.
Z-
Two Vegetos. Two
Super Saiyan
Vegetos
4
couldn't beat
Gogeta beat
Broly,
him.
dude.
God, is Vegito
Like-
a walking L across all continuities?
Bro,
Yes, he
chill.
doesn't have a single W.
Hold up. Wait a second now. He be
No.
beating his opponents until he defuses somehow.
Oh no!
Until
My
then, he's
limitations.
winning.
My limitations. Why
Wait,
are we
you could
taking
say
the limitations
Vegito
out of
beat
the character?
Buhan. You could say Vegito beat Buhan by going inside of him
He
and
did.
then basically
He
achieving
did.
the
Yeah, by
mission.
being gay as hell.
Yeah, Vegeta
Why
beat
would you
Just
go
like
inside
you.
another dude?
Just like you
Why
when
would
you
you
went
go
inside
inside?
yourself.
I am myself.
Bro, top E, bro. They're not equal. Is Goku equal to Vegeta? Stronger than Beast Gohan, then Broly, then Piccolo. That's how it is, nigga. They're not
Wait.
equal.
I feel like if he really put that into our imaginations, then we can put Beerus right there too, and Beerus is
Alright,
strong as
bro.
No,
Beerus would be on the ground crawling as a cat. That's how I imagine.
No,
him.
it's Gohan.
bro, Beerus would get
Gohan's
jumped
not
by all 5 and it's cooked.
Mm-mm.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie, a Granola Saga Vegito would slam Beerus.
Mm-mm.
Bro, Muhammad, join do StreamYard if you want to debate. Bro, we can debate. We can run it, bro.
Muhammad,
So
if you
basically,
Muhammad, if you're gonna claim Gohan is above everyone, join the StreamYard VC link in the description. And if you don't, you're getting banned from the stream. I'm sorry, because if you read the description,
I think he's going off of
you're
previous
banned.
statements. He's going off of previous statements that
Let's
has been
go right now.
contradicted.
Okay. All right, join the thing right now. I'm gonna mute everybody. Actually, wait. Who's one? Is KD versus Muhammad, right?
Yeah.
No, wait.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see.
Where's where's my innocent Muhammad at?
Wallahi.
Well,
Wallahi.
yo, bro. Can you explain
Wallahi,
what
you
happened with
finished.
Travis Scott in Israel, bro?
Hmm?
Hold on, I need to show him. I think Muhammad would know about this, about Travis Scott in Israel.
No, I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't go talk about that stuff online, especially.
No, wait. What the fuck? I'm pretty
I
sure
want
this is
Goten to
gonna
be my favorite Dragon Ball character, but that nigga has nothing.
Like Vegeta and Gogeta.
Nah, they at least have a personality. He almost hasn't have that either. Only GT Goten has that so far.
GT
Vegeta
Goten
just
actually got bitches and nearly beat Davey.
Vegeta is just Vegeta and Gogeta is just Goku. So it's nothing new.
Like, I don't really glaze GT, but I'll give them this. They really did a good job with characters like Goten. But the character I hate most, especially in dub, is Bulla, bro. Like, I really hate that, bro. How they write that character, especially in the dub. Like, there's that one scene, these dudes driving past Vegeta and her, and they're trying to pick up like a 9-year-old girl. What is wrong with you?
Oh, bro,
She's
that's so
9.
funny.
Wait,
Yo,
how
She's
is
bro.
9.
How is Bulla 9?
I think
Doesn't
she's
make sense.
13. I
No,
think
she's not 13 because she's younger than Pan, bro.
She's like, she came in for year 4, so that's 6 years, and then she's 11.
She's not even 11.
She's
How
11. She
old
is
is?
11.
No, bro. In the sub, Pan is like
Both of them.
9 or 10.
that's retcons, bro.
Ignore my screen chat.
Even
Yo,
bro, even
Pan
in the
is
Z, bro, we even see it. Why is Woo Wop on your screen?
Why not? He like Dan and Bullock came in like
Brawl is
1
at
year after
least
Battle of
1
Gods,
year
like
younger
a few months.
than Pan.
It's like a few months difference between
1
them.
year.
Yo,
1 year.
Mohammed, what did was this
Yo,
concert
you're
real?
wilding, you're wilding. Yo, Zeta, you're wilding. Yo.
Was
Oh
this
my God.
concert real, bro?
It's not. It's not playing on the
Yo.
stream. Oh, there you go.
The stream is getting banned. It's getting nuked.
Okay, Muhammad's here. Yo. Okay,
Oh, shit.
KD versus Muhammad. Okay, what
Yo,
stance are we gonna
yo,
take?
what's
Okay,
up?
what stance are you guys taking?
Listen. I actually, whoever said Beerus is number one, I agree with that. We can go with that. But in terms of mortals, I got Gohan at number one. That's where I'm at.
Okay,
Okay,
all
what's your
right.
reasoning for that?
Wait, yeah.
Well,
So
for
let's
Beerus, for Beerus,
wait. But before we need to set some rules. Okay, so what stance are you taking? What's KD? What's your stance?
Nigga, I'm taking the negation, bro. Beast Gohan is stronger. Actually, no. I'll take a positive claim. I'll take a positive claim. Nigga, Goku.
What happened to KD?
Bro, KD, like, I think he
He had a
saw.
stroke.
I think he
Okay.
just remembered the
Okay, no,
Travis
hear
Scott
me?
shit.
I'll take the claim that Goku is stronger than Beast Gohan.
okay.
Okay, Muhammad, you want to attack that? Okay, what's your stance?
So yeah, my stance is just clear. Um, I have Goku with more experience. As a warrior, but obviously in just raw power, speed, and agility. I would just have Gohan.
Okay, all right. So, who wants to go first?
All right.
Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna let Muhammad go first, bro.
All right,
I
Muhammad.
want him to use the argument so I can trap him.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna go with chapter 103. Go with the events of that, and just basically my baseline argument would just be to me at the peak of the chapter when we saw Gohan basically literally outspeed Ultra Instinct, and with just one kick he kicked Goku across the planet and knocked him out into his base form, and where even Vegeta said Ultra Instinct's evasion couldn't keep up with that speed. And I know you're going to say Goku got right back up and yada yada yada, and the issue I have with that is people are I think taking the sparring session just way too literal and serious. Goku obviously and Gohan, they're not physically trying to kill each other or actually hurt each other. It's a sparring session, so I'm going with that context in mind. The entire time when Goku asked Gohan to see his power, it was like a request. It wasn't like a duel fight to the finish. So I know some people will be like, oh, well Gohan was trying harder and Goku wasn't, and I'm like, all that to me is just cope. Because I mean, when Goku was in Ultra Instinct Silver, his body literally, he said in that fight, his body is reacting on its own. Like there's not really much that he would be holding back, especially with how Ultra Instinct
What?
functions. So it's not like he would be holding back any type of movement. His body is already deciding to move on its own. That to me is like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to make that excuse. Uh, but yeah, like I said, that whole sparring thing, I think people are just taking it out of context. Like for example, Whis, there were times where Whis and Goku sparred, and Whis literally in the manga kicks Goku out of Ultra Instinct Silver, and Goku gets right back up there too. And you wouldn't dare say that Goku and Whis are like on par with each other because Goku got right back up. It's like, well, shit, that happens. It's a sparring session. They weren't really trying to actually hit any vitals, really trying to damage each other. No key attacks, just straight up hands. Like it was just a sparring session. I think people kind of took that too far in that sense. But obviously, Goku still wanted to see Gohan's power, so that's what Gohan did. He demonstrated the full extent. Right when he showed the full extent of Beast, that's when Goku got overwhelmed. And I firmly believe after Gohan got that kick that he calmed down from that stage where he was initially at, where he got the kick. So I know some people will be like, oh well, Gohan kicked Goku and Goku got back up and he pushed him back a few feet, so they're equal. And I'm just like, I mean, not really. Like to me, it looked like Gohan just calmed down from that point where he was initially at to where he got the one shot. Like it doesn't look like he was trying to like continuously go all out. And then Goku even said after the fight was over that he basically complimented Gohan's power. This is where I say I actually believe Gohan is probably at a league. Um, not I wouldn't say on his own because he's still below Beerus. I think Beerus is still number one for real. But he basically complimented Gohan and said that Gohan could defend the Earth, like even if Goku wasn't there. So I think that's a very big statement in and of itself, given that Goku is aware of Black Frieza, even in the superhero saga. So and that saga was oversaw by Toriyama as well. Like the manga version was overseen by Toriyama. Toyotaro confirmed that. So Toriyama did say in the movie timeline that Gohan was the strongest. All of that. I'm just factoring in all of those things. Like I said, just mainly the fight with 103 though is what got me having Gohan like as number one. Like I said, like, but if you got a rebuttal to that, I would love to hear it. It's all good.
All right, so is that all you gonna say?
Yeah, I want to hear some of your counter arguments, like for what you have to say.
Okay. Zayda, can you pull up chapter 103 on the screen so I can dissect this argument?
Hell no.
Nigga, stop being a bitch. Hell no.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my God. ES chapter 1044. Oh my God, One Piece, nigga. All right, never mind. Okay. Where is this thing?
A legacy towards the future. Very good.
Why is Dragon Ball like so close with One Piece? Wait,
Because
where is it?
of the goat.
Bro, you could probably still find that shit on Viz.
Dude.
I'm not reading that shit on Viz. It's cosmology.
Wait, you haven't read One Piece?
Oh wait, no, I'm talking about the manga for Dragon Ball Super. Oh, is this it?
Say.
Yeah,
Better be
that's
good.
it. Novel cool will work. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is start the fight.
Why is
Alright,
Foot why is Foot look like my veiny odd dick, nigga?
Hey yo, it keeps going down.
my
I'm
God.
gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you on which page to stop. Like specifically.
Like how Israel's missiles like stop with the ceasefire.
Yeah.
Look at Goku. He's so thick.
Hey, he's like, whew.
Not bad, Gohan. There's that intense latent potential you are always packing. Bro. Okay, Goku.
Packing.
Okay.
Goku was trying to
Packing that
gaslight
shit.
us into
One
thinking
kick,
Beast
one
was
kick.
foreshadowed.
Got his pop sweating one kick.
All right. Hold on. Before
This
you go any
panel,
further,
here we
I
go.
want to establish the definition of sparring, right? So, do you know what the definition of sparring is? Or I'll just say it. The definition of sparring is to engage in a light combat not intended for heavy hits or blows.
Right.
All right, so let's keep this in mind. As we go through, right?
Yep.
Okay, you can keep going.
Okay. I picked a look for that. Is that so? Still, when it comes to training, I don't mess around. Huh.
All right. And he's like, bam.
He's flying his shit.
Hey, he's concentrating.
Why does this nigga look like a ballerina the way he flies?
He's tapping deeper
He's
into
so elegant.
He's tapping deeper into instinct right there. That's what that is.
Oh!
Okay, look at this here. He speed blitzed Gohan, right? This is the first
Yep.
speed blitz.
Which
There's
is the
multiple
point
in
of
here.
Ultra Instinct. It's supposed to find you openings. So this is Ultra Instinct doing this Ultra Instinct. It's finding a whole opening on Gohan that he wasn't expecting.
No, it's not.
It
No,
is.
Ultra
It is.
Instinct,
It's finding it.
Ultra
He's
Instinct is
finding.
the body moving.
Was Gohan expecting that hit? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
He was expecting that hit. Look at his face. He was expecting that hit. This is
Yeah, and Gohan couldn't react to it.
Yeah,
so
he's
Goku's
right. So
faster.
this is an open hit. This is open, no guard up,
Bruh.
nothing.
That's
He
not
got
what
hit
Ultra
Hold
Instinct
on,
does.
hold
Ultra
on.
Instinct basically allows you to react on instinct.
It does both. It finds openings too.
Where's the
Bro,
okay?
where is that
I'm just
stated?
gonna-
Where is that
I'm just
stated?
a judge, so I
Bro,
won't say
That's
anything. I'm
what
just
we
gonna keep
said in the
looking.
manga.
Yeah,
In the tournament of power.
This nigga thinking the Flash.
Bro, it finds you openings. That is a full
Nigga, are you
fact.
bro? You're thinking of Dragon Ball Kakume, bro. That is not.
No,
that is not
in
Ultra
the
Instinct.
manga for Whis in the tournament of power. That's why Jiren even got salty and was like, attacks that exploit openings are not true strength. He got salty at that shit because he was like, bro,
Okay,
you're not really
Jiren-
that strong. You're just
No,
fucking
Jiren-
exploiting. You're exploiting my openings. You're not really that strong. You're not really that guy. And then he powered up again and started matching Goku blow for blow, and then he outlasted Goku. But let's continue. This is I love this fight. This is a great fight from Toyotaro.
Okay,
Probably-
look at that frame right there, nigga.
Yeah.
Goku dodging Beast Gohan
Yes,
from behind.
he's dodging. He is dodging Gohan, who is not using the full extent. We understand.
What?
Okay,
Look
let's
at him.
get to
He's not using the full
Look
extent.
at Gohan.
Okay, that's great. He's not using his full extent. This
Look
is
at
so
all
great.
this lightning and shit. He
Hey, this is
at
clean
full
though.
power.
This is a clean ass fight, bro. This is Toyotaro's best fight in the manga for real. But it's all clean.
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I want to get to a certain point. I want to get a certain point when he's standing on that tree stump.
Yeah.
Now let's keep going. Let's keep going. No, go past that.
He's
No,
dodging.
no,
Dude,
that
he's
doesn't
dodging
count.
over and over.
No, Zeta.
Yeah, he's
Zeta,
gonna
that
keep
doesn't count.
dodging. He's built like that, and he has the fucking experience. Like I admitted to that.
Tree
Goku
stump, tree stump.
he has the
Okay, there it
experience.
is. There it is. Okay, next chapter, bro. This next panel is going to like be my main argument.
All right, here we go. Let's see what you got.
Okay, keep going down. All right. Okay, no, go up.
This
Look
is
at what
where
Gohan says.
I
Look at what Gohan
debunked the
says.
chat. Wait, I want to.
Bro,
Can we go?
this nigga
Oh,
Gohan
it's
says.
your turn.
This
My bad,
nigga
it's your
Gohan
turn.
says, "You
Go ahead.
haven't witnessed the full extent of my beast mode just yet."
Right,
He proceeds to power up,
right.
charge at Goku with the intent to hit him at full power, right? And the definition of sparring is light blows. This is Gohan going all out, and he misses. Look, he goes.
Okay, look. Let's
he
go.
misses,
Let's look
He
at
misses.
these misses.
and this is
All right,
Goku off guard.
Right.
This is Goku.
So
he wasn't-
Goku is he's still dodging. That's great. What happens when he gets close contact?
And
Let's
we
keep
know
going.
with Ultra Instinct that if you are so vastly superior, your body cannot keep up with it, right? They will have to be relative at some extent.
No. That's not how it works.
That's not how Ultra Instinct works. Because
They're
so
not.
are you?
They're not relative because Goku isn't able to counter. He's only able to dodge. I keep telling you that with Ultra
What?
Instinct, it gives you.
Dude, you do know that
counter
strength
openings.
and
His
speed in
speed
Dragon Ball are
is
equalized,
He's
equal.
right?
not able. He is
If you
only
increase
able to
your
dodge.
speed, you're increasing your strength. It's correlated.
That means Goku is being overwhelmed. If he can't do anything else but dodge and he can't counter, that means he's being overwhelmed. He's being overwhelmed in this moment. He's not just dodging for shits and giggles like he was before. He's overwhelmed. Keep going. You can see it in his face. I mean, what are you talking about here?
Okay,
Let's keep going.
So he can't counter because he's
being
shocked.
overwhelmed.
He
He
said
is
that he
being
was
overwhelmed.
shocked. Alright, bro.
Everything he is doing right now is Ultra Instinct trying to literally keep its best guard up. This is not him
Again.
just dodging casually, having a good time. He's being overwhelmed with Ultra Instinct. That's
No,
why
he's-
he's doing nothing but being on the defensive.
He's still
Miss.
dodging him.
Miss.
Miss.
That's great.
Bro.
That's great. These are. And what else is he doing to counter? What is he doing to stop Gohan? What is he doing to stop
The
Gohan?
one
What is
one
he
blow he
doing?
hits.
What is he doing to stop Gohan right now? What is he doing?
He's
Anything to stop
dodging
him?
him. He's dodging him. The one
That's not stopping him. That's why he got punched.
okay, he blocked
Like,
the blow. though.
what the fuck are you
And then
talking
he-
about?
he blocked the blow, and then
he's
he took
dodging.
the kick.
Okay.
Are you saying this?
And
Okay,
he can't keep doing that. Vegeta, Ultra Instinct's evasion couldn't keep up with that speed.
right. So are you saying
He
that
could not
this
keep
knocked
up
him?
with that.
So you
couldn't
said
keep
this
doing
knocked him out
that.
of the base. Did this knock him out of the base if
The
they
one
are
kick
relative
did.
in
The one
AP
kick
and
he
speed?
got, yes. The one kick that made contact knocked him into base. Yes. Yes, that is what happened. That's why Vegeta is so shocked in and of itself. Because not only did Gohan just outspeed the Ultra Instinct, he just with one kick, he's already back in base form. And Goku can't even figure out what happened. And Gohan
Okay,
has
say
to
this.
explain it to him. Like, here's what just happened to you, Dad. Like, the fuck?
Scroll up a little bit. Scroll up
That
a
is
little
not
bit.
relativity, dude. That's not relativity. Relativity is
Look at
Goku
look
versus
at this hair.
Jiren.
Look at this hair.
Relativity is Goku
Is
versus
Goku in
Jiren.
base? Muhammad, is Goku in base when he got hit by that kick? Go up.
No, he's not. Neither was he in base when Black Frieza initially punched him. So what's your point? What's your point? Oh, on the panel right there, he wasn't in base form. Okay, when Frieza punched Vegeta in Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, they were still in Ego on the punch of contact. What's your point? What is your point? Are you trying to argue that type of semantics? Are you really going to go there?
Frieza did not knock out Goku and Vegeta. They were still visibly awake.
Okay,
but that's not what. Do you know what a knockout is?
right. So
do you know what a knockout is in the fight?
I'm saying that one kick is the kick that did enough damage to register enough damage to knock him out the form. It was the kick. Okay, like I don't know what else you're trying to. What else was it then? If it wasn't the kick, what was it? What was it? Goku just powered down
of his own volition, bro. He could have done that out of his own
just
volition.
happened to power down and then say ow because he was just not, okay.
Yes,
right,
because
okay,
you want to know why? Because in the manga, Ultra Instinct, its accuracy goes down as the more dodges, the more fights. So he powered down and then he went back up into the form,
which would further benefit Gohan. You're that would further benefit Gohan. Thanks for admitting that.
No, it doesn't.
The more he tries to dodge, the less accurate it's going to get, and the less stamina and accuracy he's going to have in the fight. So thank you.
Right.
He just goes back in the form though.
And in that short instance, he wasn't even able to outspeed Gohan. So that's really bad for him. He wasn't even. He's not even relative. He's slower than Gohan. And
he pushed that Gohan back.
Where's that? I was going to get
back.
Okay, and I already said at that point, Gohan is not. He's not at the same level that he was when he made the kick.
Yes, he is. Look at his eyes.
No,
look at his eyes. Look at his eyes.
Okay, and first off, oh my goodness, he pushed him back a couple feet. Oh my God, they're like really, guys?
His pupils
really? And
are
then
dilated.
go back up. I want you to go back up and see something else. Goku had to jump back. Okay, he wasn't. He didn't.
Oh my gosh,
the fight was done at that point.
He's done because he's seen enough. He doesn't want to get beat up again. The hell?
He never said that though.
Mind you, after that, Gohan still has plenty enough in the tank to fight Broly.
Now, Goku wasn't. Oh my gosh!
I will give you the fact that
Goku wasn't trying to win. I know what you're going to say. Goku wasn't trying to win.
I will give you the fact that
find me the panel where Gohan said he was trying to win too, and then I'll concede to that. The fuck?
Gohan going all out is evident that he was trying to.
Dad, I'm trying to beat you. So find me where he said I'm gonna beat you, Dad. Find me that panel.
Going full power and tells that he was trying.
So what? Goku was at full power too. That's what you don't understand. Ultra Instinct is Goku's fullest Ultra Instinct Silver. That is the best Ultra Instinct that you're going to get. He didn't even use that against Frieza. He used the freaking
so because Goku is in his highest level of form means he's using all of his power?
That is his best Ultra Instinct technique.
That is relative power right here.
That is the
relativity right here.
That is the best version. That is the best version of Ultra Instinct. Is it not?
They are relative.
Okay.
Even when he knocked Goku out of form.
Okay, show me where he's able.
It looks like it didn't do lasting damage on him.
Relative. Show me where he's able to kick Gohan out.
They are relative. Don't be stupid as shit.
Show me where he's able to kick him out of Beast. I want to see that.
He doesn't need to. He said he wasn't trying.
That didn't do lasting damage on Goku though.
You're arguing relativity. Show me where Goku is able to replicate anything that Gohan did.
Right, but it didn't do lasting damage. He went straight back to Master Ultra Instinct.
Goku got a full blown opening, and Gohan just tanked it.
If Goku is able to dodge their,
he went deeper into Instinct to get that little kick on the back that you were so hyped about. You thought that was going to win your argument. It didn't. He got that little kick. That was an off guard kick that Gohan wasn't even expecting to happen to his back.
Muhammad.
Tanked it.
Muhammad. Okay, I'm gonna make this real simple because we just been going back and forth. Do you agree that attack power, attack potency, and speed are equal in Dragon Ball?
For the most part, yeah.
What do you mean for the most part?
Yeah, I mean, I
So
think there's
it's
instances
yes
where
or
that
no?
isn't. I think there can be always a nuance in the story where that doesn't apply. But when I say for the most part, I'm saying like generally speaking, in most major fights, yeah, I would say so. Like there's probably an instance where I can think of if I put enough time in where I could debunk it, but it's just like nah. For the most part, yeah, I agree that
But you
there.
don't know, so you're
I
just
am
being
racist.
skeptical. So you're being skeptical. What? So
I am being skeptical because Dragon Ball is not the most consistent like that. I ain't about to be sitting here acting like every time in Dragon Ball that shit is no, it's not.
it
Sorry.
is. It is more than you think. It actually is.
I that's why I said for the most part. Like goddamn.
All right. So if you agree that speed and AP are equalized, Goku being able to react to, dodge, and block, counter, and
That's not what he was able to
leave.
do. Oh my
Yes, that
gosh.
yeah, nigga. Did you
He
see the
was
panel?
not you're adding
He
things
was.
in that didn't
He
happen.
was.
I just have to
He
stop you
was.
there. He was not. He was go if you go back to the panel, even you said it yourself. All he did was dodge. He was not blocking. He was not countering Gohan's full beast mode. Show me where he was countering Gohan's full extent, and
No,
I'll agree to
Zeta,
you.
that's
And
not
I'll
it.
agree to
That's
you.
not it.
And
Keep
I'll
going
agree to
down
you. I'll agree to you.
because
Show me the full extent. Full is that full extent, or is that the front?
no,
Or is that the
keep going.
first page?
Yeah,
Where
keep
where
going down.
Gohan says, "Look, Dad, you haven't seen the
This right
full
here,
extent."
right here.
Okay, so
You can tell he's at full power with
where
his
he did
pupils.
anything other than dodge. You
Okay,
said
cool,
block.
cool. He does.
Remember the words you said. You said blocking.
He blocked.
You said blocking, countering, and dodging. Show me where Goku
Yeah.
did anything other than dodge, and then we'll go from there. This is a dodge. This is all
right.
dodging.
Block. Look at the X block,
Dodge,
nigga.
dodge,
Look at that. I was at a dodge.
dodge,
I was at a dodge.
dodge.
How?
That wasn't. He didn't. That's a dodge. He didn't hit him.
How?
He
He's
didn't hit
holding
him.
up his.
He didn't hit him.
He blocked.
That's
though.
not a hit.
He
Look,
blocked.
dodge.
He blocked.
That's not.
Did
Oh,
he not
he
block?
tried to block. He tried. Look, dodge. He didn't. No counters.
Okay, this
no,
one is a block.
Where's
Look
the
at
counter?
his
I'm waiting for
arms.
the counter. Where's the counter?
It was
Dodge.
in the later panels.
Dodge. Hit.
All
like,
right,
Okay, he got a hit on him.
that one hit is enough to do it.
Who the fuck loaded a gun in VC?
Yo.
Who the fuck loaded a gun in VC?
That's not a gun. I think that's
Ultra
like a
instinct.
potato
Of course,
bag.
'cause, nigga,
So what? You think Vegeta is just that shocked just because?
No,
Like,
Vegeta's
you
fucking
think-
yapping
but-
right here.
But hold up, listen. That didn't do lasting damage to Goku. He goes straight back to Ultra Instinct.
Okay, we've
Corn,
heard that
corn,
1,000
stop,
times,
stop,
but
stop.
they're
Not
not
part of the
trying to
debate,
do
so don't
lasting damage to
interfere.
each other in a sparring match. Like, what is up with you guys with that? What really, honestly, what you guys really think that Goku and Gohan are trying to damage each other? Like, y'all think it's going to
No,
have
Gohan
fun?
is.
Where's
Goku
his
is
key
not.
attacks? Where's the special beam cannon? Where's
Oh,
the
counter. That's a
Masenko?
counter
Is
right
that-
there.
is
That's
that
a
necessary?
counter.
Where's the
That is a counter.
Kamehameha?
That is a
the-
counter.
That's not, and I already said Gohan is not fighting at his full extent anymore. I've already said
Yes,
this.
he is. Look,
He is
look at
not.
the
No,
pupils.
that's you guys wanting him to be. He already explained the mechanism of how Beast works. He
Zeta,
already
scroll
explained
down.
it. He has to raise his key all the way to the max. He is not raised to the max right here.
Damage.
He
And
is.
hitting
Okay,
and
Muhammad.
hitting
He's
Gohan.
not. He's
This
not.
is
He
their
already-
relative
he
right
calmed-
here. Their relative
he
right here. Their
visibly-
relative right
He
here.
visibly
Zeta, you're
calmed
not
down.
part of the
He
debate.
visibly
Yeah,
calmed
yeah.
Between
down.
Yes,
KD
Zeta.
and Muhammad.
He visibly
You're
calmed
not
down
part
and
of it.
explained how and
Look at
explained the literal function of Beast. He was not in that same stage anymore. He was not.
Muhammad, do you know what Beast going at full power looks like? Do you know his
Yes, that
pupils
was the
get-
panel. We were shown the panel.
No,
We were
no.
shown it.
His pupils visibly get dilated. His pupils after Goku said stop were dilated.
No, that's not the indication.
Yes, it is.
No, there's a much better
even in
indication.
Sparky- it's
Of when,
Sparky
there's a
Zero.
much better indication of when he's actually trying. He has veins on his forehead. He is very visibly trying to contain his ki, like Vegeta was saying. Like Vegeta was like, "Damn, can he control all that power?" That's the indication where he was exerting himself to that point. No, at no point after that, after he got that kick, he was pretty much chilling out, and he still had energy in the tank to fight Broly. He still had plenty of energy left.
everybody was fighting Broly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Broly, that's
everybody
why
was
I'm saying
fighting
Broly,
after
that.
that's why I said Broly
No.
was like kind of Moro Saga fodder, but you know, we'll just leave that alone for now. But Broly, he's been having a tough time, man. Vegeta been giving him the Kaba
Broly
treatment.
is
He
kind of
been,
stated to be as strong as Cell Max, so that's
hey,
not
nah,
completely true.
I don't believe that. I don't think Broly could have even squashed a Gamma until he got Chapter 103.
Bro, what the fuck?
Bro, what the
What are
fuck?
you on about, bro?
Yeah. That's
The same
true.
Broly
He
that's
couldn't squash a
fighting.
Gamma.
Oh my
Broly's fraud
word,
ass.
yo.
The
Y'all,
Gammas are
y'all got to go back
washing
to Chapter
Broly from the
101.
movie.
Y'all got to go back to Chapter 101 and see how Vegeta was going.
Muhammad.
You got to see how Vegeta was doing.
Say wallahi, Muhammad.
I'm just saying. Y'all got to go back and see how he was tanking that.
Say wallahi. Say wallahi right now. Say wallahi.
What is that full extent? Is that full extent, or is that just Gohan sandbagging against Ultra Instinct?
Oh my god.
I don't think Toriyama ever said Cell Max was weaker than Broly. I'm not one of these guys that interpreted it that way.
He did. He did, bro.
He basically did, bro.
All he really said is that if Cell Max was complete, that Broly would not.
But has it been contradicted yet?
No,
I mean,
he
it has
said
been contradicted. Broly was getting his ass
Cell
whooped by
Max is
Vegeta.
stated to be
You
the
think that
deadliest
Broly?
enemy.
You think the Broly
That
pre
means it's
103?
is above Broly.
You guys think Broly pre 103 would be able to beat Cell Max, like for real?
Yes.
You think
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
the same Broly that got tanked on by base Vegeta and smiled at that
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Y'all are tripping.
That
Y'all are
same Broly.
Y'all are tripping your ass off. Like
Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta.
No, that was a full power beast Gohan.
oh look,
Yeah,
look, hey, base Goten and Trunks versus your guy Broly. Hey, you want to scale that too?
Nigga.
Yeah, you want to scale that? Hey, let's scale that base Goten and Trunks versus Broly. Oh my god.
Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta versus Beast Gohan. Oh my god. Come on, bro. Shut up.
I'll take that. Beast Evolve Blue is that's Solo's Broly. That's a form that you don't want to play with that form.
Wait.
But he's going toe to toe with Vegeta. With your own logic, bro.
That thing was going up against the strongest in the universe. You remember Granola?
And they weren't beating Broly, bro.
Who? I never
Goten
said
and Trunks, they weren't beating him.
They were winning. Damn, I'm just saying that's base form.
All right, fighting and winning are two different things, though. You got to understand that.
Right, but they're able to put up a fight against Super Saiyan Broly, the same one that y'all are saying is Cell Max and all this.
Krillin was able to put up a fight against Super Saiyan Blue Goku. You think Krillin
that's anime,
is really on that level?
We ain't talking
That's anime only. That's anime only,
That's
dude.
the anime stuff, man.
Okay, but the argument still makes sense, though.
They don't exist here.
No, it
not in this
doesn't.
manga.
No, it
Yes,
doesn't.
it does.
Show me where Krillin was doing that
If
in
the
the manga.
argument is not
Show
in
me where Krillin was
the
doing that in the
continuity,
manga.
then it doesn't make sense.
Show me where that happened in the
Yeah.
manga.
Look at the pupils, bro. That's
right.
what I was talking about.
Look at the
pupils
veins.
will
Look
become
at the
dilated.
veins. No, look at the veins. The veins
I mean, the veins are there too.
The veins are a
But,
much better indicator. He's trying way harder right here than he ever was after this point. Right
I mean,
here.
sure.
Every panel damn near he has a vein on his damn forehead.
Okay, so you just lied, nigga. There's no vein.
Bro, I said damn near. That is not 100%. Why are you being literal about the shit? I'll put it about this way. There's plenty more where he has one, where he doesn't. He has more veins on his forehead than he don't. Look at that shit. He's really trying to get a fucking hit.
Yeah,
that's way more try hard than afterwards. He's like he calms down. He takes a deep breath. He's all smiling and shit. That is not the same Gohan that was just all angry and shit. No, we're playing. He's all smiling and shit. He's all explaining himself. He's not at the point where he's literally trying to not snap.
That's still baby Gohan.
Mommy, you should go to chapter 102 and you will see the initial transformation of Gohan has no pupils. When he charged up, that's dilated pupils.
No, that's an error. That was an error.
The pupil argument doesn't work.
Now it's an error from Toyotaro.
You don't want to make that argument.
You don't even know, bro. That's not even real. That's a false error. See, nah, man. You don't even know. Like
that's an error from Toyotaro.
That's an error from Toyotaro. He even said it. See, nah, y'all get this guy out of here. Get this out. Nah,
get your ass out.
His whole argument was fringed on a freaking air. Nah, man. Get this out. Listen, I'm supposed to entertain this.
Okay, the whole argument is based off Goku de-transforming for 2 seconds.
Yeah, man. Get your guy, man. Gohan number 1. Gohan number 1. Goku number 2. Vegeta number 3. If I wanted to be real, Piccolo could be number 4, and then you could have Broly.
Fuck?
Then you could have Broly at number 5, but maybe. I mean, if Moro came back to life, he would definitely beat his ass.
No.
I'm
Yeah,
just-
nah, bro. That shit was
if
not
Moro
it.
came, if granola, if granola, bro, Broly don't want that smoke with granola. Like the vital point,
Man.
like, he don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. Like, that's how it's looking right now. If granola is still
Nah,
alive,
Broly would beat the fuck out of granola.
bro.
This Broly, yes, the one from the
No,
movie
he would
now.
not. I would eat. Nah, y'all tripping. Because granola,
Movie Broly loses.
technically, he still has scaling above Ultra
You
Ego.
could argue the one from the movie could do the same easily. Though.
No, he can't.
Why
He
not,
stated
bro?
stronger several times in the manga.
Oh wait,
Four times
and there's
did he
Black
improve.
Frieza. Black Frieza. I'll be fair. He's like okay. Here's how I'll scale it. Like
It's
Gohan's like
literally stated 4
9.8.
times by Whis and
Beerus
Vegeta.
Beerus is the 10. Gohan's like 9.8. Frieza is like 9.5 or something like that, and then Goku's like a 9.2.
Frieza would dog Gohan,
How
bro.
was Gohan above Frieza?
If
Nah, this
Goku
nigga's a
fights
Gohan glazer.
in-
This nigga's a
Frieza
Gohan.
would
I knew
dog
it. I knew it.
Gohan, bro.
I knew
This
it
is
was
an
a Gohan
intervention
glazer.
now, bro. You
This
gotta
is a
hop
Gohan
off the
glazer.
meat.
First off, if
You
Frieza,
gotta hop off the meat.
if Frieza
Nigga, this
actually
nigga's
fought
been glazing
Goku,
Gohan since this
if
fucking
Frieza,
start, bro. I knew it. I knew it. He was a Gohan. I knew it.
no, nah.
You didn't even debunk it, dude.
I have to put it like that. If Frieza fought Goku again, he's not gonna one shot Goku again. Goku's not getting one shot no more by Frieza.
What
That's
makes
not,
you say that?
that's not going to happen again. Black Frieza is not going to one shot Goku ever again. So you guys better enjoy.
What makes you say that?
Because it's been 2 years since he's trained. Like, bruh, and that's another feat for Gohan too. Because it's
And
been a
Frieza
whole,
had 10.
huh?
Frieza had 10.
Frieza trained the 10, yeah, and then since then Goku knows of Frieza's power. Like
We're talking about the same Frieza that trained for a few months and was on the same level of Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta, and now has trained for 10 years. You think 2 years is right now is gonna be enough?
He still gotta get beat by the plot. Like, come on, like he still has to face the plot.
Yeah, but he hasn't been mentioned again.
Goku's
He was
training games
mentioned.
are better
He
than
was.
Frieza.
He was mentioned by Chilai. Chilai mentioned him that Goku Frieza's still ahead. I'm not saying Goku's stronger, but damn, he's not getting one shot at again. I guarantee
Yeah,
you.
you're right. He's getting two shot
We
at.
could bet
You're
money
right.
on
My
this. I
fault.
was right about Gohan for years. I said years ago before he ever got Beast that Gohan was going to get a new form, and people call me crazy. So I already know how y'all be with this shit. I already know how to look at the plot and get the real storyline down. Like we could put
Saying
money
Gohan is gonna get a new form isn't crazy, bro.
that, bro. At the
What?
time when y'all were just
Who's y'all?
just people.
I never talked to you,
He
buddy.
had a lot of haters. Man, I have video proof. Shit, I have a video I put out. I was like, fuck that. I put pencil to paper, make it proof. Years ago, I said this shit. Like nobody.
Honestly, bro, get Gohan past Zoro before talking to me, bro.
Who?
Get him past Zoro before talking to
Oh
me.
hell nah.
Zoro?
Oh hell nah. Y'all rocking with this?
Yeah, we all on KD soul. On KD
Nigga,
soul,
bro,
bro.
not
Oh,
on my
he's
soul.
dead. Oh,
Not
he's
on
dead.
my
Katie's
soul.
dead, dude. Katie's dead.
Oh god. Nah, I don't
I'm
know.
gonna make him a fucking zombie. Also, Katie,
I
I'm
only
disappointed
agree
in
with
your
Beerus
performance right now.
Beerus solos Black Frieza too. Just got to put that out there.
How are you disappointed in his performance?
Far with this Black Frieza stuff. Like y'all gonna be very disappointed.
His argument was very bad.
Y'all gonna be so disappointed when he come back and
Low-key-
he's not as strong as y'all are ranking him to be. It's gonna be crazy because y'all do this all the time in the Dragon Ball community.
I still don't see how Gohan is stronger though.
Bro, you just being in cope. You're coping, man.
I'm not coping.
Look,
Even when he knocked Goku out of his form, that didn't do any lasting damage. And before
Right.
you say, "Oh, they were sparring," When you knock somebody out of their form, that usually does lasting damage.
No, it does not. I already gave you an
Yes,
example.
it does, bro.
It does.
I gave you an example where that doesn't happen.
Give me one example.
That's what I was saying.
Give me one example. Give me another example right now.
I said in the Granola saga where Whis and Ultra Instinct Goku were training, and then Whis saw through Goku's attack and kicked him one time, tapped him out of Ultra Instinct with one kick, and then Goku gets right back up, and they continue.
Oh, guess what?
And they
That didn't do any lasting damage, like I just said, bro.
It was a spar. It was no lasting. Everything that you're complaining about, it was already contradicted. Whis got a kick that knocked Goku out of Ultra Instinct. It did it was no lasting damage. Goku got right back up and continued to spar. It was the same thing. It was the same exact circumstance. Like he got the one kick, the little one tap, and then Goku gets back up. That's what happens. Like, bro, you just want this to be a death battle. Just say that. Just say you wanted this to
Nah,
be a
Who
bro.
death
said
battle.
that, bro?
Just say
Who
Nigga,
you
said
want
nobody
this
that,
to be a
said
death
bro?
that.
battle and you want to
That's
go.
that's just my point proven exactly.
Nah, it's not. You're saying
Look
that
at the tournament of power, bro. Look at the tournament of power.
you're saying there has to be lasting
Look
damage.
at the
Like,
tournament of power, bro.
why is this a requirement? That is not a requirement for a sparring session in Dragon Ball. We saw a clear example with
Then stop using him getting knocked out of his form as
no.
an example of why
I'm saying
Gohan is
that
stronger, bro.
I'm saying
Corn, he
that
didn't even get knocked out of his form. That's not even what happened. Like
yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
think
whole
that's the right
entire that's
interpretation.
entirely separate cope. He definitely got knocked out of Ultra Instinct, dude. Like that's
Okay, how you
and I
never
can
proved
explain
that.
why.
You never
Because
proved that. You just assumed that because he showed up after I
No,
had the smoke in base that he got
we
knocked out.
know it. We know it because Vegeta said Ultra Instinct's evasion couldn't keep up with the speed, meaning Gohan was faster than the Ultra Instinct, meaning Gohan was
That-
faster than Goku's defenses. He's already faster. There's no trickety trick to it. Like he's already faster than the technique, meaning that
Okay,
everything
woohoo.
that
Beast
Ultra
Gohan
Instinct
is faster than
meaning
a
that
suppressed
everything that Ultra
Goku.
Instinct was supposed to
A
do
suppressed
didn't
Goku.
work. Everything that Ultra Instinct is supposed to do didn't work because Gohan is too fast for it, dude. That's what
Right.
being
And
too fast for something is, right? Like for
right.
real.
That's a full power Gohan against a suppressed Goku.
That's
Goku
not
is not.
suppressed, dude. Don't go suppressed. No,
Why
don't
is
do
he
the
not? Why is he
suppressed.
not suppressed?
Why is he
Because
not suppressed?
Goku's body
He
is
said
moving
himself
on
he's
its
not
own.
he's
You
holding
can't
back.
suppress self-movement, dude. That sounds
Yes, you
super
can.
Bro,
suck.
so
That
Do you
sounds
know
what
super
are
he
you
I
is?
on
can't believe
about?
it.
He has more attacks than just dodging. Okay, bro.
Bro,
Do you, bro,
bro,
Muhammad, do you
I'm
know what? Do
serious.
you know
Like
how Ki
you
works?
cannot how no, can you guys explain to me how you can suppress your self movements if something is doing something on its own? How are you suppressing that? You have no control over what it does.
Yes, you do.
No,
What the fuck?
where,
Okay,
where?
so you. So are you saying
So where's that stated though? But where's that stated? I want to know where that's stated. Can you find that?
it's not even?
Because
It's not even.
Goku in that fight literally said his body is moving on its own. Can you find something that counters that?
I don't even need the same. I can use
You
logical
don't need it.
reasoning.
You don't need evidence.
I can
You
use
don't need
logical
evidence.
reasoning.
Oh my
Bro,
God! You know what? I
no.
don't know if I want to do this, man. Because
Okay, look.
you're just gonna say you don't need evidence, man. Like you're gonna say you don't need to prove it.
I know I don't need a statement to justify it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't need evidence. I'm
What's
saying I
leading
don't
you
need
to
a.
this, dude? Like what's leading you to this suppressed Silver Ultra Instinct movement shit? Like what where? Like where do you see this
If
at?
base Goku is using Ultra Instinct, does that mean he's moving at the speeds of Ultra Instinct in his base form?
Dude, that's damn near irrelevant because Ultra Instinct
No,
Silver is we're not doing base form. We're talking Silver. Like
no,
Silver
but you're
he's
saying he
not
can't be. Are you saying these movements can't be suppressed if his body
if,
moving?
he's not in
If his body's
Silver,
moving
if
on
he's
his
not
own?
in Silver, yes, he can do all that in
Okay,
Silver.
so why can he not do it in silver? Why can he not do it? Why?
In Silver, his mind, he already explained this. This has all been explained. He can't, first off, to make the maximum use of it, he can't use his emotions for one. And then he literally said in the Moral Saga that he does it by not thinking. Like that's an actual, if you don't believe me, I have the actual scan. Moral was like, how the fuck
Yes,
are you doing this? He says, I'm not thinking. So those are the two
yes,
things we know
yes.
that he does with
I guess
Ultra.
I missed the
That
Ultra Instinct
Goku's not
Susanoo
brain
mid
dead
fight.
though. That's not what it. That's not
He's
what it
not. We're not
means.
saying he's
You're
brain
taking that
dead, but in
statement
terms of
literally.
combat, it's all related to combat. We're not saying he's a brain dead individual, but it's related to combat. This is all related
Right.
to combat.
So,
It's
but
not
he can
related to
still
his
think
actual
for
feelings in his heart. It's related to his instinct with battle. Like
right.
we're talking
But
combat.
Goku,
Of course, he's not brain dead. He's going to be able to have a fucking conversation. But if somebody throws a punch at him, his body will do the work.
right?
Goku is not thinking about it. So how are
But
you getting to the conclusion that he is suppressing himself? I keep trying to find this. You know, it's nowhere, anywhere. I don't know where you're getting this from, dude.
This is literally a
he's not
character
operating
statement.
at. He's not
You're gonna
operating
have
at
to. You're
100%
basically
because
saying
his key.
you're saying
Because of his
everything that
key.
You're going against the entire premise of Ultra Instinct. Like when you
No, I'm not.
like you are.
You know what key control is, bro. If
Bro,
you know what
that
basic
is
key
all
control is,
irrelevant. That is all
it's
irrelevant
not.
to self movement, dude. Like I'm
Why
trying
is
to
it?
really point that into
Why is it
like,
irrelevant?
because
You can move on your own, but you can still be suppressed. Your
because
body can move on its own while being suppressed.
No, that's not what's happening though. With the silver form, the silver is the best version of that form. You're not using a
Yes.
suppressed version. You're using the master
No.
version of
Oh
it.
my gosh. The form is
I
the
don't
most
listen.
superior one, yes. But I'm saying that he's using the most superior form. He's using the most superior form
And
while
he's not
suppressing.
thinking, so he's not. He's literally
No,
confirmed
he's
that he's
thinking.
not.
He's thinking though. He's thinking because to be
He's thinking.
thinking,
He's
he would
thinking
need to have.
maybe thoughts of emotion to his family conversation, but in terms of battle, he is not making battle choices. He literally says this in the moral side. He says, "I'm not thinking." He says, "How?" Moro specifically asked him, "How are you moving like that?" He said, "By not thinking." So where are you getting this
Right.
thought that Goku is secretly in his mind suppressing himself to Gohan, and so he doesn't even like what all this bullshit that's not even stated nowhere. But mind you, there's actual promotional panels that confirm that they were using their actual real power. Like, I know you don't even like that either. You want to probably just dismiss that too. But
What promotional panel are you talking about?
from the website, they confirmed.
Oh, the
that
official website, bro. The strongest versus strongest statement.
Not just that. It was saying that they were both using their full power, like straight up.
Yeah,
but,
no, that's just they were referencing their forms. They're both using their full power
regardless,
forms.
like I said, I would beg to differ. Like, in that chapter, I believe they both actually used their full power. I just don't think they were trying to actually hurt each other. I think that's the problem you guys have, is that you think they were really trying to fucking y'all think
Gohan hurt Goku.
I think Gohan wanted to
Gohan
choke
hurt
Goku out on the neck and drag him across the planet and kick him down and say, "Yeah, Dad, I beat you." Like, y'all, that's what y'all wanted. But it wasn't
so
really
you're
like that. like that's what y'all wanted for real.
Oh my
Oh yeah, Dad, yeah, I kicked you and I'm superior and you're weak. Like, y'all wanted that type of talk.
I never argued that. All I'm saying is
you're
that
arguing that they're relative, dude. That's not it.
I'm
They're
arguing
not
that a
relative.
suppressed Goku is suppressing his own ki, right? His ki is what governs his body, right? Ultra Instinct is no thinking. He's not thinking at all, right?
No,
Just
I'm
because
saying
he's not
that's
thinking
complete
doesn't mean
bullshit.
that.
I'm just saying that's complete bullshit, dude. Ultra Instinct's
Why?
entire function is to remove that sever with Goku's defenses. He's not supposed to be doing any of the shit that you're talking about. His body does it for him. He is not supposed to be saying to himself, "I'm going to secretly suppress myself to make Gohan want to land this hit on me." Like, no, that shit is not happening. Like, you keep trying to run around that.
Let's actually go with it. Let's actually go with that interpretation, because there's also an argument that you can make that Goku can think while using Ultra Instinct. He doesn't have to stop thinking completely. It just lowers its efficiency.
On what's actually stated, dude. That's what Goku said in the Moro saga when he was whipping Moro's ass. Moro was asking him, how are you doing this? Goku himself said, "I'm not thinking." And then every time since then, when Goku activates Ultra Instinct Silver and anyone has a question about it, he literally says, "My body is moving on its own." Like literally, that's not him doing it. It's his body doing it. Like, but you're making the argument that he is secretly suppressing himself. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Ultra Instinct, the whole point of it is supposed to have the defenses so Goku doesn't have to think about shit. He's supposed to, the body's going to automatically do what it has to do to defend Goku. Whether it be dodging, countering, all that shit. Kamehameha in the middle, like all that shit is Ultra Instinct.
So you're implying that he's defending at 100% of his AP speed, everything. So you're saying he's using his ki at 100% while defending.
Yes, I would argue that. Yes, he's using 100%
all the time.
All the time. He is not supposed to be getting caught.
Yo, pause real quick.
No, like bullshit. That would
guys,
defeat the purpose.
Both of y'all niggas, can you pause real quick? I'm gonna cook myself breakfast just so if I don't respond to anything for in 30, 40 minutes.
Well, I'm actually about to dip in like 15 minutes because I gotta be somewhere by 5 o'clock. But bro, it's nice talking with y'all. But you guys put up cool arguments too. But y'all just gotta stop coping. You gotta cope together as a fan.
They're relative, bro.
Y'all are coping heavy, bro. Toriyama already told y'all 2 years ago. Gohan is actually stronger than anyone else. Y'all just flipping around that.
This chapter is contradicting that, bro.
No, there's nothing contradictory. Y'all just saw Goku get one tapped out of Ultra Instinct Silver 2 years after Black Frieza, and y'all are still trying to figure out what's going on. When Toriyama
straight back into it though. Like, what are you talking about?
He already said who the strongest is. He already said it. Did he or did he not? Like, do y'all agree that he really said that? Do y'all agree that Toriyama said?
Yeah, he said that
Yes,
at
he
the
did.
time.
He said that
Anyone
during
else?
the superhero Dragon Ball superhero movie, Gohan
That's
was the
for the
strongest.
movie. And then Toyotaro asked for, because the scenario that we were talking about, chapter 103, Toyotaro
103 takes
specifically
place
asked
after that
Toriyama to
movie.
write that scenario, and he still has Gohan one tapping Goku. The
I
one
know
hit he
this is the
got at
first
full
time I've
power.
ever said this in my life. This is the first time I've ever said this. Nigga, go watch a drip sauce video. I'm so dead ass, bro.
Dude,
Go watch a
Drip
drip
I
sauce.
sauce
don't know,
Bro,
video
go
is
watch a
so
drip sauce video,
bad.
nigga.
I don't know
Drip
about
sauce
he better
video about the
listen.
matter is so bad about it.
If
It's
he doesn't
trash.
know, I don't know,
Nigga,
man.
go
Y'all,
watch a drip sauce
y'all
video.
not
Drip
gonna like
sauce
how I get
has
down,
no
man.
inverse takes that are good.
Y'all not gonna like how I get
What?
down because I still have
Yeah,
Dragon
Nah,
all
Ball
of
drip
his
sauce has
Z.
some
inverse
good.
takes are trash.
Drip sauce has
All
some
his
good inverse
inverse.
takes. Not all of
No,
them
he
are
doesn't.
good, but
No, he
not all of
doesn't.
them are good.
Toa, dude,
Not a single one of them is
you've been
good.
trying to get at me all in the chat,
Bro,
bro. You better come up in here.
Not a
he
Because
single
thinks
one of them is good.
or so
he
it
thinks
said.
Goku is stronger than Beast Gohan. That's a good take.
That's an
he
ass
thinks
take. That's
He
an
said,
ass
or
take.
so it
Toyotaro
said,
goes
or
against it.
so it said that's not Toriyama saying, or so it said is not a debunk. Like, I don't know why people mention that and think that's a debunk. That's not a debunk. Him saying, or
Like,
so it said is damn near an additive statement,
hold
or
on,
can
bro.
be, or can mean of the same equivalence. Like he's not just
oh my
saying,
god.
or so it said to debunk what he previously just said. Toriyama meant that shit when he said Gohan is actually the strongest. He was asked a question about the entire production of superhero. He was like, they were asking him, why did you even put Gohan in it? What did you want to portray with him? And his answer to that is Gohan is actually the strongest. That's what he wanted to portray. Y'all are the ones getting it all fucked up. Like, seriously, like y'all, and then even the manga, which was written after the movie, which you guys, oh, he only said that for the movie. Oh my god, he only said it for the movie. Okay, Toyotaro even acts too. There's an interview, the same one where you're saying they're all equal. In that same interview, Toyotaro confirmed that chapter 101 and 103 was written by Toriyama. That same scenario has Gohan literally kicking Goku out of Ultra Instinct, and y'all are still coping. Like, it's crazy. This is a lot of cope. It's a lot of cope. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot, dude. It's a lot of fucking coke. Oh my god.
Oh my
I mean, he
god.
literally, and then okay, y'all are like, oh, Broly is the strongest. Broly. Gohan literally just tosses him. Now it's, oh, well, Broly wasn't at full power. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. Okay, all right, cool, whatever. And then what else? They have freaking Goku literally complimenting Gohan's power, saying, "Hey, if I wasn't here, you could still defend the Earth." And this guy Goku literally knows about Black Frieza. They still mention him in the epilogue, so Black Frieza is still a thing. Like, clearly, Gohan is strong enough to where he could do something to defend the Earth from fucking Black Frieza. There's no reason Goku would say that if that wasn't a fucking real thing. Like, he would just say, "Hey, son, Black Frieza's out there. You need to get stronger." like I'm pretty sure that would be a thing. Especially, I don't know, but maybe not. Maybe that's just my opinion, but I don't know. Y'all just I feel like y'all are coping. Like, this is crazy.
It's not cool, bro.
It's a lot
You're
of
just
cope.
blazing.
I would
You
agree
need
with
to
you
hop
guys.
off that meat, bro.
I would agree with you guys if Goku got some slick shot that like beat Gohan out of Beast, then I would be like, oh shit, man, yeah, they are relative. They both going back and forth. They both going back and forth on this shit.
Potentially Gohan punching Goku out of Ultra Instinct doesn't mean anything, bro.
Why?
That's what
He
y'all are
literally
saying.
went right back into it.
So did Vegeta after Moro knocked him off.
But I'm
Blue
saying there's
Evolution.
so many examples of where they get back up. That doesn't take
Blue
Exactly.
Evolution,
So
that
Vegeta
doesn't,
was
like, you guys are
one-shotted
being
by
so
Moro,
slow with that, dude.
and Vegeta got back up into the form.
Yeah, oh my god,
Okay.
you got back up.
What the fuck?
Okay, and
Okay,
so what?
What the
so
fuck? It happens
what are
all
you
the
trying
time.
to say?
It's what I'm trying to say is that knocking yourself out of the form is still a display of power, of superiority.
Right, it's still a display.
It doesn't need to kill the guy in order to knock him out of the form.
It's not even just that either. Vegeta literally said,
We still see them fight in their relative, bro.
Vegeta
We
of all
still see them
people.
fight in their relative, though.
Doesn't matter.
After
That's the
Gohan
thing.
went huffing and puffing. Gohan is literally huffing and puffing after he did the kick. Wow,
So you're
Goku is
telling me that
fighting
took him
relative to
all his
Goku
might?
and
You telling me
Vegeta.
that took him everything he had to do that?
No, nigga. That's
He
just the
can't
one
sustain
kick.
it. It's
That's
just
the
a
one
stamina.
kick.
It's just
That's
a
the one
stamina
kick.
thing. We're comparing raw power here. It
So
doesn't
if
matter.
it's a stamina
You're
thing, you're
you're
basically telling me Goku will still go back into the
No,
fight.
he would not. He would not. Goku
It
would
doesn't
not have
matter.
the
The debate is
stamina.
raw power.
Goku
The debate is
cannot.
raw power. Doesn't
I don't want to
matter.
ever see nobody give Goku the stamina edge with Ultra Instinct in the manga, bro. I don't want to see it. When has Ultra Instinct ever had the stamina edge like that? Like for real. Every
Never.
fight I've
What
seen
else
it
does
in,
Ultra, bro? What else does? What are you talking about,
where does
bro?
Ultra Instinct
What does
last like that?
Gohan have? We only see this nigga
He
transform two
ran the
times.
gauntlet with
He
everybody.
transformed two
He
times.
ran the gauntlet with everybody on the
So
planet.
did Goku. Like
No, he
what?
did not.
No,
He
he
ran
He
the
didn't.
gauntlet
fought,
with
No, he
just
didn't.
bro. He
Gohan.
fought
No, he didn't.
he fought a
He did
Super
not. He
Saiyan
did
Blue
not one v
Vegeta,
one
bro.
every. No, bro. He did not 1v1 everybody, bro. Stop.
I'm
Just
talking
stop.
about
Come on,
everybody
dude.
fighting each other, bro.
That's
Everybody
okay.
fighting each
Yeah,
other.
that battle
No,
royale
no,
where
no. The
where you're
battle royale didn't happen like you say.
Goku is
Gohan
displaying
just
the ability to go back and forth between being able to go into Master Ultra Instinct, bro. So
that
far,
that
he doesn't look like he's having any stamina issue right now, bro.
Bruh, he already did, and
he
he couldn't
actually
keep up
does.
with Gohan. His
He
Ultra
actually.
Instinct couldn't keep up with Gohan's speed. Like, bro, what are you talking about? He couldn't keep dodging.
And
He
then
at
he
some point
went,
has to,
and then
bro.
he started going relative with Gohan, bro.
After after Gohan started huffing and puffing, congrats! You just proved
Okay,
that
That's what I'm saying.
Goku is.
That's when he
You just
calmed down.
you
okay.
That's
just
when Gohan
proved
calmed
that
down.
Goku is relative to a Gohan that's out of stamina. So he's definitely weak
How is he
relative to
out of
our one.
stamina,
Tell
bro?
him. Tell him. Tell him.
He's huffing and puffing. He's literally huffing and puffing
Tell
in
him.
front of you.
For like 2 seconds, my nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2 seconds.
that's out
The
of
same two
stamina. Yeah,
seconds after he knocked him out of Ultra Instinct. Yep, those 2
he's
seconds.
huffing and puffing.
Those 2
You're
seconds.
showing Gohan
I gotta
huffing and
back
So
up
puffing and
though.
saying,
that's
yeah, he's
basically
relative to
just
Goku.
showing Gohan having effort to knock him out of Ultra Instinct, bro.
He's huffing and
Goku's went
puffing.
straight back into it, bro.
So what? So did Vegeta and more work. Like
Okay.
it just takes a significant amount of stamina. That's it. From Goku. Also, there's this one scan from Whis in the Granola arc where he says to Goku to explicitly use Ultra Instinct only when he wants, when the fight demands he surpasses his limits. It's a limit breaking
Yeah.
force.
We said
I said that Whis told Goku to only use the Master's version of Ultra Instinct when the fight demands that he surpasses his own limits. It's stated in the
so that
Granola
version of
arc.
Master. So that version of Master Ultra Instinct is basically as
Goku?
strong as Gohan, if not stronger.
No, he's weaker.
How
He's
so?
relative to him at best. At best relative in terms of
How
raw power.
so? How so? If is it weaker? Saying it's a limit breaker for Goku doesn't mean he's now weaker. Wouldn't that just mean now he's at the
It
level of
proves that
Gohan?
it proves that he's using his full power when Gohan knocked him off the form and outsped him. And you said
Doesn't mean
speed
he's
and
using
power,
his
and
full power in the form though.
he's surpassing his limits with the form. When
Okay,
you surpassing your limits means
that
you're
means he's
above
strong.
your full
That means
power.
he's stronger than a previous version of himself, bro.
It means he's exceeding his full power.
Yes, he's
Surpassing
exceeding
your
a previous full power of himself, bro.
his current full power. He's surpassing it.
Not his
Whenever he
current full power.
whenever he taps into Ultra Instinct, he breaks his own limits. Breaking your own limits means surpassing your 100%. Whenever you see Goku go full mastered Ultra Instinct, he's going stronger, growing stronger than his full power. That's how Ultra Instinct works.
I can't lie, this was a very niggardly experience.
No, real
So
shit, bro.
big, bro.
I didn't even
Like
get to debate
KD
my
lost.
main point, bro. He left
That was such a
KD,
because of my
you did
niggardly
so
internet.
bad.
experience. Such a
KD, you did
niggardly
bad.
experience.
You're terrible.
I know,
You're
I know,
terrible.
bro.
And you two, you can't do anything to me because the word niggardly actually just means stingy.
Yeah.
Like KD, what was that? Like all you had
Bro,
to do is show him the
chill.
scan. All you had to do is show him the scan that they are equal, and he would have lost. He would have been one-shotted.
Okay, but I don't even like
We're
that
not
because they're
arguing
not
that, bro.
equal.
We're arguing
Yeah,
if Goku is
they're not
stronger.
equal. Yeah,
Hmm?
Goku's stronger.
They're
They're not
equal,
equal.
dude. And as an overall combatant, they're equal.
I personally
What?
believe relative, if
As
not
an
strong.
overall combatant, like overall, they're equal.
Like in battle IQ? Like what? Like what do you mean they're equal?
overall in all
Matter of
areas.
fact,
Like when
if
when you
Goku was
when you
saying
thought
he wasn't
the
trying,
overall, he's not trying to win, and neither is Gohan. Gohan is not trying to win either. He's just showcasing his power.
he
His
put
power to
effort.
Goku.
He put. If you literally just said he put
That's
an
not
effort to
sequitur.
knock Goku out of his form, bro. He was
That's
huffing
not
and puffing.
sequitur.
He was huffing
Yeah,
and puffing.
he's
That's
not
you
trying to
literally
win.
saying he's putting effort into it, bro. Why is he tired?
Putting effort because he wants to show
Putting
Goku his
huffing
power.
and puffing is
Goku asked him to do
easily
that.
interpreted as putting in effort, bro.
Yeah, he's putting an effort because he wants to show Goku his power, not because he wants to win.
Okay,
He
so
doesn't
Gohan
want to
is
beat
putting in
All
his
Goku.
right, so
effort.
he showed Goku his power, bro. That doesn't mean okay, bro.
Goku
If he's
was.
showing
Bro,
Goku his
Goku was
power,
not.
that means he's going full power, bro. It doesn't matter if he
Okay,
wants to
and
win or not.
yes, it does. So you just conceded that going for the win doesn't mean you're going that not going for the win
You're
doesn't mean
not
you're going for
listening,
power
bro.
because that's a
Just
counter
because you're
positive.
going full power doesn't mean you want to win or not, bro.
Okay, now apply the counter positive to that statement.
What?
Apply the counter positive. The counter positive. That's what that statement. You know what a counter positive is?
No, nigga.
Certain. Corn is not a debater. Corn is not a debater.
Okay. Basically, when you have a statement, if P then Q, the counter positive would be if not Q, then not P. Basically.
Low key, that made no sense, but I think I know what you're trying to get, bro.
Okay, so basically if P then Q is a thing called modest ponens. So basically an example of modest ponens would be if Goku can destroy a universe, then therefore he is universal. If not P, then not Q would be if Goku cannot destroy a universe, then he is not universal.
Basically,
All right.
yeah. So basically, going for the win is not a necessity for going full power. You can just go full power for various reasons, like showing off, which was Gohan's goal.
But we're not arguing who was going to win. We're arguing who's is stronger, bro.
But that's your premise, though. You're saying that Goku wasn't going for the win, therefore he's not using his full power. That's
Yeah,
your premise.
because that's in character for Goku, though. That's the whole point. Like Goku in
But I
character,
just showed
like 90%
that.
of the time, he does not do that. In this scenario,
But I
he's not
just
doing that.
showed. I just showed that not going for the win doesn't mean you're not using your full power.
For Goku, that's not the. I'm saying for Goku, that's not the case, though.
How?
That doesn't always apply. Because in his
Then it's not.
own
Then
character,
it's not a premise. Then it's not a premise that you can bring up. Like
why so?
you just admitted that in certain cases it doesn't hold. Therefore, it's not a premise you can hold up. Like,
Oh, right.
like also, you said in the debate that the statement in the website is in reference to them accessing their full power form, their
Yo,
final forms, right?
certain.
That interpretation doesn't work at all.
Yo,
Because in
certain.
102, yeah, what's Zeta?
Is Ultimate Gohan in the manga like rivaling Super Saiyan 3 Goku?
In what arc?
Ultimate Gohan in the Buu saga, because there's a statement that says that Buhan obtained power that rivals Super Saiyan 3 Goku in reference to Gohan.
Yeah, they are rivals in the manga at least.
Yeah, because I noticed that this debate shouldn't really be a thing if it could just go either way.
It's a rival. They are rivals. All of them were stated to be rivals by Toyotaro. The 5 of them on the cover. It's a display of rivalry between all 5.
Nigga,
So
Super Saiyan 3
overall,
Goku beats Gohan.
not in the yeah.
Nigga, watch a Drip
What?
Sauce video.
What? Get out,
I got Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Wait, which cornball said watch a drip sauce video? Which cornball said that? They're getting banned right now.
KD literally told
Me.
Muhammad
I said
to
it.
watch a drip sauce video about Goku versus Gohan.
Watch a Drip Sauce
And I
video.
roasted him. And I roasted him about it.
Horny.
That
Hey,
is so bad,
Zeta,
dude.
Zeta, watch a
You
Jeff
lost
Sauce video.
respect. You lost
I might
respect in
change my
eyes.
mind.
Oh,
I might
Bring
change
it
my
back.
mind. I might change my
Bring it
mind.
back.
I think they might be relative if not Gohan is stronger now.
No, I
They
didn't
are
disagree
relative,
that
yeah.
they're like
Yeah.
they are relative. They're relative.
Yeah, they are relative. And overall,
yo, sir,
If
you know
not, Gohan is stronger.
Ah,
sure,
what's crazy? Like,
nigga.
what's crazy is that, Katie, I have an argument for the super baby forms. Want to know what's crazy about the super baby forms, Katie?
Yeah. Are you going to like say that they're based
I
off
can
Super Saiyan 1, 2,
I can
and 3?
argue Super Baby 1. I can argue Super Baby 1 is a 50,000 times multiplier.
Yo.
Superman
I
victim.
mean, yeah, Super Baby 1 and 2 are like, yeah, I've heard that argument. It's based off the Super Saiyan multipliers, and then you would just take baby's amp on top of that and then stack it.
No, I'm basically just trying to say that, like, no, I'm not talking about babies like 8 times amp. I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
Yeah, because baby only grants him 8 times amp because his Super Saiyan rivals Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and if we divide it by 50, then it would just be an 8 times amp. But I'm basically saying, right? My argument, I'm basically saying that, like, so you know in the Broly movie, which is still the Z Broly movie is canon, but it's in another timeline. The Z Broly movie
Yeah.
had all of the Saiyans giving energy. These are much weaker Saiyans than the ones from GT, and they're giving Goku this energy, and it amps Goku's Super Saiyan by 1,000 times. So basically, knowing Toei, if we applied this logic to GT, this would mean that Super Baby 1 is a 50,000 times multiplier.
you can also apply the same logic to the full power form of Goku in the baby
Yeah.
arc because he does get like the same thing done to him.
I don't like using
I don't
multipliers
really,
because it gets
I don't
confusing.
really know if Super Saiyan. I don't really know if Super Saiyan was necessary, or I don't know if Super. Okay, well technically Goku was near zero energy, so imagine like, I don't know, but like
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure is full power Super Saiyan 4 like full power Super Saiyan 4, or is it just a placeholder for another higher variant of Super Saiyan 4?
it's just Super Saiyan 4 at full power. Basically, Goku wasn't able to walk, and he couldn't do anything. He was running low on energy. Okay, so you can support your baby argument saying that it made Goku go from like 1% to 100.
I just did some thinking.
What?
If Goku breaks his limit every single time he went Master Ultra Instinct, and he went
Yeah.
Master Ultra Instinct 2 times while fighting Gohan, wouldn't that like mean he's stronger than the version that just got knocked out of the Master Ultra
Yes.
Instinct the first
Yes.
initial fight with Gohan?
Yes.
Therefore, I could still say Goku is still stronger than Gohan.
You could say he's unquantifiably greater than before. That's about it. There wouldn't be any connective tissue between the two at that point.
Yo, Katie, what do you think the fusion multiplier is?
It's a
Like
2 times
for
increase.
Metamoran Fusion or Portara
It's
in
A
Z.
plus B.
They're almost the same fucking thing at this point.
No, they're
Yeah.
not. They're not.
They are. They
Yes,
are.
they are. They are.
They
You don't
almost
have to. You don't have to like for the Patara. You don't have to be equal in power to be as strong.
No, we're talking about the
No.
multiplier, not the requirements. We're saying that my theory is that the most popular theory is that it's the max power level of A and the max power level of B, and times it by like fucking 20 or 40.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't agree with that.
the requirements go into the multipliers though.
It is
No.
user dependent, but I don't think it's the max power. That shit would be super inconsistent. Imagine the
It's
max. Oh,
inconsistent.
nigga, if that applied to the manga, that would. Oh my, yeah, no. That's way too inconsistent. That's
Yeah,
way
for
too inconsistent.
Metamora, I don't think is max power. I'm not gonna lie.
Like max A plus max B times like
For
dozens.
Patara, I feel like you can argue that though.
Nah,
Nah.
you can't. Nah.
Nah, Patara, because Patara is basically just your power level times the other power power level no matter what. For
A times
Metamorph,
B is also inconsistent as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's literally taking your current form. Like, it would be stupid to take the max power because same thing. It
KD,
shows like
that
Super
argument
Saiyan.
doesn't. KD, that argument doesn't work either. Because if you're saying that A plus B is referring to the form plus another form, it's a technique made by Kais. It's not for Saiyans.
It's a base
I mean,
form.
it's
What
Kais
matters
have
is what form you're
transformations though.
using in. Like, what matters is what form you
and for
use the
like
technique in.
Metamorph, you sometimes you have to like power down a little bit to equalize each other's form, just like Trunks and Goten had to do.
Oh yeah, you have to be relative
Yeah,
to use
else
it.
there's imbalance. There's imbalance in the Potara because of that. Like, Goku was stronger than Vegeta in the Black Arc, so Vegito was unstable.
No, that's not why they defused, bro.
That's not why
That's
he
not what.
defused.
It just
That's
was a
what they said.
retcon that.
That's how it works. Like in all times. We
What?
even see this with Kefla. We even see this with Kefla in the
What
anime.
do you mean there? What? No. What do you mean? Define unstable. What do you mean?
Hmm? When two beings of
No, I'm not
unequal
saying the
power.
definition.
What do you mean
Why is
unstable?
it? Why is it
This
unstable?
basically different because there's a difference in power between the two of them.
That doesn't mean they're
That
unstable though.
Chat, I want to go back to
that's what makes the Motomoran fusion dance stable because it's equal.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what makes that. That was make that's. I'm totally fucking stutter, yo. That's what makes that stable though.
yeah, if you remove
That
that, then
doesn't
it's
make
unstable.
that doesn't matter for Patara though.
That was
That's a
the whole
necessary
point for
property.
Potara was that you didn't need to equalize your power. Like,
Yeah, and you just
what?
run with the instability. Potara doesn't magically erase the
How? What makes
instability.
it unstable?
The difference in power. Like,
No, I'm saying what is so unstable about it? They look
hmm?
fine to me, bro.
No, certain is
They
saying that
literally
the difference in power between the two individuals is what's making them unfuse early.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. We see gods who are not even of equal strength fuse and they stay fused for like forever.
Well,
Because Kai's fusion
they're
is
gods.
permanent. Kai's fusion is permanent. Like,
Yeah,
All right,
like they had to use
and we
blue.
just figured out mortals fusions are not permanent. So,
okay. So why are you using an example of a god fusion? Use another one from Mortal Fusion, like
bro,
Kefla.
mortal fusion isn't permanent, bro. That's the rule of Patara, bro. It doesn't mean
Okay.
they unfuse because it's unstable.
No, we're saying they diffuse early because they are unstable. Before the time, before the before the 1 hour limit passes. That's what's unstable
All right,
about it.
now I'm getting you. Now I'm getting you. No, wait, hold up. I thought they was
What?
unfusing because they were too powerful.
No, no.
They no, yes. It literally was the same thing in GT.
Mhm. In GT, Goku was banged up. He was tired as hell. Like, he was tired as hell.
Bro, they literally say it. Watch a video on it. They literally
Eh,
I
say
watched it.
I
I
think that
watched the
just got
source,
wrecked.
dude.
Corn, I think that just
Dude,
got wrecked on because in GT,
in
not
GT.
certain. He's right. In GT, like both Goku and Vegeta were like equally, like unquantifiably injured, so we don't know. It
No,
said
no.
in GT that
they
Goku
they
was
ran
didn't
out
use
of
literally
power
saying
equalize their
before
power.
Vegeta.
they unfused faster
In
because
GT,
their power was just that big.
Well, I
no.
think they got
In
retconned though,
GT,
Corn.
in GT,
How?
Goku runs out of power before Vegeta. We literally see that to be the case. So he didn't have enough
They're
power to
equal
sustain the
fusion,
fusion.
bro.
Their fusion, Goku ran out of power first because
They're
he was so
equal
banged up.
They're a fusion, bro.
So
Why are you talking
Like,
about
you know,
Goku's power running out when they're fused, bro? Goku
he's
doesn't exist no
the,
more, nigga.
the instability is because of Goku's power, though.
When did stamina
Like,
become a thing about the fusion, though?
that's
in the
what the time
super.
limit. That's the time limit thing. Like that's why Super Saiyan 3 drains the time limit.
bro. Super
Yo,
That
Saiyan
misses
wait,
the
4
stamina indication, dude.
wait,
so powerful.
certain. Wait. Certain. So, what is your conclusion for Fusion's multiplier as a low ball?
Fusion's multiplier is just base time plus base times an arbitrary factor. Base plus base times like dozens. That's it.
Yeah,
That's my
that's what I
conclusion about
agree
it.
on. Yeah, base
Zeta,
times
one day you
base
should
plus
stream
100 is
Roblox,
like
bro.
very consistent.
Like it does, like it's a technique. Like why would it take higher forms into account if it's just a technique? Like the Kamehameha. Does it use Goku's Ultra Instinct power when he's in base? No, even though it takes all his power. The same thing with the fusion. It doesn't matter.
I'm
What
not gonna
matters is
lie.
the
I don't
form.
know why. Of course, Ryu is glazing A times B, even though A times B gets debunked by Dragon Ball Super. Because if it was A times B, we literally know that two Super Saiyan Blues were able to rival base Zamasu. So if it was fucking A times B, Vegeta would not be like relative to base Zamasu in base Vegeta.
Oh, that makes
Dude,
sense.
if it was A times B, then Zamasu would have killed them. Like Black on his own was already stronger than both Goku and Vegeta. And then he gets a Putara amp. Kawasu comments on his power increasing, and he doesn't kill Goku and Vegeta. Make it make sense. It doesn't
Zeta,
make sense for it to be a high multiplier with the feats presented.
yo, Zeta,
Yo,
do a Roblox stream one day, bro.
I tried, but the OBS kind of like tweaks out and shit. And I remember I did one before, but no one was watching a lot.
Bro, your fan base are a bunch of L's, bro.
I know it. They're so
Mm.
corny. Like they keep like. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I got like a few good people I remember in my fan base.
I'm
Bro,
one of
you
them, right,
Yeah.
Zeta? It's
Of
me,
course,
right?
of course, Katie. Of course, nigga, Katie, you're my OG, bro.
Type shit.
KD needs to be amped on Inverse Dragon Ball.
I definitely do.
Nigga, you need to be amped on finding a dad, bro. Leave Katie alone. Stop
Bro,
bullying Katie,
what
bro.
the fuck? Yo.
I'm his dad.
No, I was talking to you,
KD's
bud.
my son. KD's my son.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, bro.
Maybe
I don't want to
do
be
a DNA
created by
test.
somebody who fucked himself.
Do a DNA test.
Just did a DNA test. Bro, I'm still stuck on that stream like a few weeks or days ago when Zeta said Superman and DC as a whole cosmology isn't even out of Versal, bro.
Who
See,
said
I
that?
don't even care
Zeta
about
said that, bro.
Oh,
like the whole 6D arguments don't make sense, but I'm
No,
not
I
gonna
got it.
talk
I have
about them.
DC at hyperversal. I don't have it at 60. I have it at hyperversal, which is like
DC
only
is easily out of
I have
Versal.
DC. I have DC at outer versal. The 60 arguments are ass.
I literally,
All of
bro,
them.
I have a scan in the VC scan having Superman at out of Versal at least, bro. At least baseline out of Versal.
yeah, at least is
Like
crazy. I'd say like
the 6D
No, I'm
interpolation
saying at
doesn't
least
exist
like
at
a
all.
statement putting him at least at baseline out of Versal. Having a statement. Like at the
Mhm.
end of the day, you can put a comic character like Spider-Man at out of Versal do to like some obscure stuff. You're telling me Superman isn't
no,
out of
no, no,
Versal?
no, 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 bro. No, there's no version of Spider-Man that's like actually out of Versal. I'm sorry.
power of
Bro,
love,
I'm
power
telling
of
you,
love,
I'm
power of
telling
love,
you.
power of
Bro,
love, power of love, power of love, power of love.
Power of Love,
Yes, actually, I forgot about Power of Love. Yo,
bro.
That nigga is broken.
Yeah. Bro, he don't count, bro. That nigga's a bitch. I love, bro. That nigga's a
what?
bitch.
He's Spider-Man.
KD sucks.
I'm a big Spider-Man fan, bro. Nigga,
Who's the best
I don't
girlfriend for
count.
Spider-Man, Katie?
Who's the best girlfriend? Oh,
Yeah.
You corn.
Not
it's
MJ.
either
You're
between
What do you mean not MJ?
No, it's not MJ. What the fuck? MJ's a bitch.
Nah. It's because of recency bias, bro. Everybody's starting to hate on MJ, bro.
Yeah, because they
What do
ruined
you mean?
MJ.
Bro, the
has been-
movies, first of all, the movies almost could never get MJ right, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Felicia.
Bro, if the
He's
Amazing
bad.
Spider-Man movies continued, bro, we probably wouldn't have gotten a good representation of what MJ is, bro.
What about Gwen? What about Gwen or not?
Gwen in the Amazing
She's
Spider-Man,
cool.
she was amazing. But in the comics, bro, oh my gosh, bro, I don't even read comics, and she's just such a bitch in the comics. She's a bitch. She's a bitch in the comics, bro. I won't lie. She's low-key a bitch.
Wow.
Yeah. Over all of them. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
You got overall them?
Felicia, Black Cat.
No, what? You got
Black Cat.
bro. Yo, you're horrid, bro.
What?
You're horrid,
Yo.
bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not trolling. I'm not bugging.
You're
I
horrid,
promise.
bro. Most of the time she only loves Peter for being Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah, so do we.
Right.
Okay, but
Yeah,
we're
but-
not in a relationship with him.
That's tough, yo.
Okay.
Certain. That's tough.
We're not in a relationship with him, bro.
Okay, and
They were.
You know what? Matter of
They
fact,
dated Black Cat.
sir, I can already
His
tell
ex.
you love getting dick down by niggas. What am I talking about? You dick down
What?
your
no,
own
I
self.
don't.
Like,
Shut the hell out. Shut the
yes,
hell
you
out.
do, bro. You
Clean
talking
your
about some?
mouth, young
No.
man.
I'm
Clean
sorry,
your
bro. You
mouth.
just admitted it, bro. You said we love him for
Hell
being
no.
Spider-Man too. You love niggas.
Bro,
That's a good
Got him.
analogy.
Got him.
No. Awesome real shit, turn. That was actually funny. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, so do we. Like, nigga. Yo.
Like,
We love niggas.
we.
Yo,
We.
on everything we are dead ass leaving all the trash drip sauce betas behind, bro.
Bro, I thought you were cool with Drip Sauce just a few days ago. How are you not cool with him now?
Bro, he's cool with him, but he doesn't use his arguments. He thinks Wuhan
Oh
is
no, like
kid,
Katie,
though.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think I'm cool with Drip still. No, I'm not even gonna lie. Like it was weird. Like let me explain, KD. Like when I was in that stream, like I actually felt like weirded out by being there because like I thought this nigga was pulling that Aizen acting shit out of his ass. I knew he was fucking with Jay. I knew it.
Bro,
He
when I
did
heard
that
his
shit
voice,
to
I was
hide
freaking
from
out.
me. He knew I was gonna destroy his career.
Bro, I heard his
I don't
voice.
know,
I'm sitting
bro.
here. No. I was weirded out by his voice, bro. Why does he sound like that?
He's Nigerian. He's a Nigerian.
You're like,
No, I have a
shit like,
Nigerian
I might be-
stepfather.
He was saying some shit like, I might be Aizen, bro. Like, dude, I could
You're
tell
not
he
Aizen,
pulled
you're a
that
geek.
out of his ass.
You're a geek.
The only issue I have is why didn't he tell you? Like he could have told you and done it for like a content clip farm shit. But
No, bro,
did he
it
tell you?
sounds fishy, bro. I literally asked Zeta about this in the GC, bro. I literally asked him about this. That sounds weird. Who would pretend being cool with a pedophile? Who would pretend doing that?
I mean,
Exactly.
it works.
I was
It worked,
weirded
but
out.
it was
I don't
weird.
fuck with that. I don't fuck with him still. And by the way, here's what's crazy. I don't know. I DOX'd Logical J. Like I can't say that on tube, but I did that, right? I got his shit, right? And Drip got mad at me for doing that.
I mean, I'm not
Like
gonna speak
honestly,
too
what
much
other
about-
reason to do that? Like I would hear a reason out, but I don't see a reason to do that. Like what is the point of doing that? I still don't know why why would you do that? Holy
Yeah,
stutter,
I
why?
don't know.
Like,
I don't
see it's
dog people.
pointless.
I mean, we all know
No,
he's a
but like
pedophile.
it was weird because like I've been his friend for years, and he didn't even consider banning. He didn't even like reconsider banning me from Otherworld. He immediately like smited me off the server.
Well, yeah, of course he had to. Like if
Like did he at least make
let's
a
assume-
exposed video or something? Like
No, he didn't. He didn't.
so
working
he's
on the ultimate-
lying.
No, he's working on the Ultimate Dragon Ball video, but he he's not talking about Jay anymore. He said in this
Yeah,
latest
exactly.
stream.
He's lying, bro.
Bro,
This
I
nigga's
think
lying.
Drip Deadass is like lazy. No, like here's because here's
No,
the thing.
he is.
I have
He is.
proof. No, like I have but like I have proof that my GT video just reached an hour long. It just reached it in the span of a few days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drip says he didn't like his reasoning for not interacting or like counteracting Jay was because it wasn't really any of it. Like I'm quoting him, it wasn't really any of my business.
Then why are you? Oh my gosh, bro!
Like,
This nigga is
Terrible.
he
It's
everything
your
he's
business,
saying is
and
putting
I'm
himself in the
fucking
wall.
leaking you.
God. Oh my god.
Like so fucking like Drip is actually like being like a creep, like hiding shit.
None of his business. Then
He's
why are
not
you acting
real.
like you're cool with him, bro? Don't act like you're cool with him. Like what the heck? You're acting like you're cool with a pedophile, bro.
No, like bro, like Drip he's acting so fucking fake, bro. Like I don't trust that guy at all.
Something about him just don't seem right.
Yo,
Something about him.
I don't.
No, and here's what's crazy. No, just to back up. So there is a dude who associates with Drip named Awaken. This was pretty recent. This is like outside logical J situation. Basically,
Yeah.
Awaken was defending a pedo.
No, he wasn't, bro. Awaken. I talked.
No,
with
I'm not
Awaken.
talking about Jay. I'm not talking about Jay.
Wait, so someone different?
Wahoo. You know who Wahoo is?
No, bro.
Oh nah.
Bro,
Never heard of
Awaken,
him.
Awaken would not
Pokemon
defend
guy.
Wahoo. That sounds like some auxiliary. That sounds like some auxiliary shit, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
because Exility was doing it and Awaken was doing it mutually. Awaken also believes Wahoo's not a ped. He doesn't believe that.
How?
The power scale in the community
What?
has so much pedophiles, bro.
Yeah, and that's the creepy part, and that's why he's actually banned from Tron's Amps, which is the server Electron owns, and I actually VC with plenty of niggas in there, and I play Roblox with them.
Like power scalers gotta stop touching kids, bro. Leave the kids alone.
That's the anime community in general. Unfortunately,
Like, can you scale a kid's age? Like, holy shit.
Yo, this shit would be funny, nigga. Booga.
Bro, I used to
Scale a kid's
love
age.
watching Seth the Programmer's videos, bro, but he's an absolute weirdo.
Nah, Seth is weird, but like his videos are like good, low key.
No,
No,
his
it makes
videos
good-
are actually made by other niggas. Like, the
Oh
arguments
my
he makes
lord.
aren't even his.
The videos
I
Seth
know.
makes are
The
terrible.
quality is good though.
No,
The
That's
arguments
why I like
he makes logical arguments though.
Not
Bro, he
really.
tried to argue Z Broly is above Super Goku. Bro, cut the bullshit out.
It's a movie
Yeah.
character, let's be honest.
So
The
fucking
movies
what?
are canon.
His ass.
It's a movie
Porn.
character.
So fucking what? His ass. He doesn't
Bro,
have
and I, dude, Z.
I'm not
Broly-
saying he's right for everything though. He's not right. You can be wrong for some things and be right for some other things.
His arguments for Z Broly, like, they're really bad. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, because the thing is, he kind of like, in order for you to wank Z Broly, you'd have to view Koyama as like super reliable, even though he himself has admitted
not.
that the statements
I heard
he
he's
makes
not.
are not true for the Dragon Ball cosmology.
Well, okay,
Like, he said he's
Koyama,
not
like
reliable
his statements on the cosmology are reliable. Like his statements on like the characters themselves are not always consistent. Like if you're gonna use Koyama statements, only use the statements that are the most consistent within the series. Like for example, Hell being outer. Okay, that's fine, but like
Hell being outer is
he
not
says-
even in reference to the actual hell. That actually was in reference to like his religious stances.
Yeah.
Bro, how I see it right now, the Dragon Ball cosmology, I'm not gonna lie, I still interpret GT and Super as not being in the same canon, especially when it comes to Z.
Corn, we're gonna have to touch you, bro.
No,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on that every single day I wake up.
Nigga, what are you gonna do when they
It's
fucking
gonna
reanimate?
first of all, it's gonna overall make the plot worse. Second of all, I still can see why GT Goku could be stronger than a Super Goku, but I honestly it
Bro,
just
dude,
makes the
wait.
plot worse.
Korn, you do know that GT Goku blew up an outer versal place with a
Yeah.
Kamehameha?
Yeah,
He blew it up.
exactly. Wait, outer versal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it lacks space and time. That's outer versal.
No. It lacks space and time while
I
transcending
thought
it.
No.
outer
There's
versal
a
was
lot of priors to
transcending the
think about it.
concept of space and time.
You
Lacks the
do realize
concept.
that it's beyond Elder Kai's like power, right? If it's something 0D, it wouldn't be beyond Elder Kai's power. It would be extremely implausible, which means that it would be more probable to say that it would be outer versal.
I'm not even going to it right now. I gotta brush up on GT again, bro. I haven't watched GT since a few years ago.
Dude, I just
And
started rewatching it. Dude, Corn. So do you know what's crazy? You know how people kept like wanking the Super Saiyan God multipliers like stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta or some shit?
Super Saiyan God is canon to GT Goku, anyways.
Oh shit. Wait. You believe Battle of Gods is canon to GT?
Yes.
All right, that's low key valid. Okay, but anyway, like niggas were trying to say that like even just not including Battle of Gods, like people were just like arguing that that the Super Saiyan God multiplier is like stronger than Fusion Vegito and shit. Even though Certain actually was rewatching GT, and we found out that Elder Kai made a statement that the only way to beat Baby is to unlock Goku's potential, which we know is the Golden Grade Ape, which then gets converted into Super Saiyan 4. However, this actually implies that not even a hypothetical Goku fusing with Oob going Super Saiyan 3 could stop Baby.
Of course it wouldn't. Every single new form I've seen in Dragon Ball is probably like above a previous fusion.
I mean, you
That's
you
just
don't even need to use that argument. You can just use the fucking every villain is written to be stronger than the last one. That's a very solid argument too.
is this basic power cliff and Shonen Jump.
Yeah,
Right.
like they
Yeah, and
don't
they
value
retconned
power-up
Beerus as a
until
villain.
necessary.
Like this is coming from somebody in this community, somebody new who believes like Super isn't canon to GT. GT is definitely like Battle of Gods is definitely canon to GT.
Bare minimum. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, at least Korn knows like like I can see why people are skeptic on Super being canon to GT, but like open for Battle of Gods because literally, like I'm not even joking. They literally said multiple times that Battle of Gods was canon to GT. They said it over and over again.
Yeah,
It's not even
like a
that.
guidebook?
Battle of Gods
It's
is
a
canon
guidebook.
to Z. The movie itself is at least canon to Z. I see the movie as being different than like with minor changes being different from the manga and anime, but the movie itself is definitely canon to Z. That's the only new stuff I see as being canon to Z. I'm not gonna
Wait,
lie.
so you also wait. So you like in that logic, you also have to think Resurrection F is canon because it's a Z movie. It's not a Super
It's
movie.
too far. It's too far. It's too far. Too far.
Nigga. Well, okay.
Too far. Too far, little nigga. Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit on folks.
Yo, wait, Core, bro, don't make me. Hey, Core, don't make me click this video, or I will get my
Stop.
I'm getting my
Stop.
daily Ayana Koji motivation.
Bro,
No.
I am a Koji's trash.
Not a motivation video, bro. I'm not about to watch another motivation video.
Wake up, boy. This is so tough.
Stop beating your meat.
That shit was funny, bro. This shit has like 2.1 million views, bro. That shit was elite.
T-Mobile!
Nobody cares. Work harder.
Hey,
did
Core,
you see that official
who
divine
you
vid?
got?
Why God exists?
MUI
Bro, that shit
Goku
was
from the
peak.
Tournament of Power in the
Why
manga,
God
or Vegeta Blue in the manga.
exists? Oh my
Or
God!
who blue?
Vegeta Blue from the Black Arc, or MUI Goku from the Tournament of Power.
Anyway,
Oh,
Goku.
MUI Goku.
I'm asking Corn.
I think it's a high diff battle, but it's definitely MUI Goku.
It's
Wait,
not
wasn't
it's
Jiren
not a high
superior?
diff.
Wait, isn't Jiren stronger than Vegito Blue?
Yeah, but he's stronger than perfected Super Saiyan Blue Goku, who is
No, no,
stronger
I'm
than
talking
Vegeta
about
Blue.
like the anime. Like Supreme Kai has witnessed
Oh.
the full power of Vegito and Zamasu and said that
Yeah.
Jiren exceeded their power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Supreme Kai
And-
is
and
ass
it-
as a source material. As a source.
Yes,
So just use the
Super
spirit
Saiyan
from
Blue
scaling.
Vegito is stronger.
Wait, you're saying Supreme
Yo,
Kai
Jiren,
isn't reliable?
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
If he can't comprehend mortals beyond base Vegeta, then how is he sensing Vegeta Blue's full power?
I love wanking GT, but Majub almost beat Super Baby 2. No, he didn't. Bro,
Yo, we can really scale Invincible to
No,
Outer.
this is not talking about Majub. It's talking about pre-Majub. Majub would have to be a fusion level amp. I'm talking about pre-Majub. Basically, regular Oob and regular Goku becoming a Super Saiyan 3.
I'm gonna lie, I love Oob, but Super Baby 2 would beat Oob. Like,
I kind of hate the
at full
idea of
power.
Majub. I hate the idea of Majub. I won't lie.
It's good. It's good.
He's too
Majub, it's a
black.
cool fusion, but as a character, I don't like it because it's like he's relying on Majin Buu. He's like the only relevant human in Dragon Ball GT, and he's relying on a basically a god character. Majin Buu is
I mean,
basically a god. Let's be honest.
he's his reincarnation
Eh,
though.
sure.
Like Boo, Oob, they are
Yo,
gods.
tough, bro.
My God exists.
Why Allah exists? My fault. Let me chill.
It's
And
just a bunch of space
Divine,
pictures.
the execution of this video was so good. He didn't even like pertain to like a certain religion. Well, he's Christian, but like he didn't like make it seem like it was only for
Bro,
Christianity.
science like atheists
That was so
really
good.
be acting like God is scientifically impossible. It's not crazy to believe God is
Bro, I was
within
debating
science.
in the fucking comments on if God exists, and some nigga said,
Yo,
God,
is that one nigga in chat right?
who?
With the
Who you
with that
talking
one
about?
PFP, with that one PFP. I forgot his name. The nigga in general. I forgot. He just
Tyler?
came out of nowhere, started saying God. He started power scaling God. I forgot.
Oh,
I forgot his
that's
name, bro.
I don't power skill God. That's kind of
No, I'm talking
that's
about
weird.
this other nigga, this other weird nigga. He just started power scaling God out of nowhere, bro. I
Anyway,
forgot his name.
Goku solos, Aeroflame versus Surfbone.
Oh my god.
Bro, Surfbone is bro. I don't know how Surfbone got exposed and he fucking came back and acting like nothing happened, bro. And he got collaborations. How? I
So
don't
it's
understand.
sad.
Like
So
So
it's
it's
sad.
disgusting.
it's so weird.
Like what the hell?
Official Devon is really up there with DB scalers. He's like really one of the best. Him and his brother.
Yeah,
hmm
I mean,
Wait till my
he's
video.
good.
My GT power skill, I think, is better than Divine's.
Didn't Divine scale GT to outer versal, my nigga?
Yeah,
Yeah, but like
but
Zeta's is
no,
more
but I think
consistent.
okay. The feats wise, I also think he messed up on the cosmology as well. But I think that like at my scale and his scale both have GT at outer, but the flaw is that he got the inverse really incorrectly,
Bro, I scale Zoro higher than DC. I'm not gonna lie.
bro. Zoro.
Nigga.
Outer Versal Zoro.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, yo, certain. I just found out. I think it's implied in GT that Oceanus Shenron is like stronger than Raid Shenron.
You
Oh
can imply
shit.
that
Really?
by battle progression. Like
Yo, Ocean and
that
Shenron is
dragon
kind of
stronger than
bad.
the last. Stronger than the last.
Oceanus looks like a chopped Indian with a blue filter.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
chill, bro.
The story implications if GT and Super are canon to one another, that would just make the story 10 times worse to me.
Nah, not really.
To
Because it
me, it
already
would.
is.
Goku
I
is
mean,
already like written differently, massively in both series.
Well, he matures, obviously. Like End of Z Goku is in Super.
Y'all do
He's
realize there
different.
was a 5-year time skip between the end of Z and GT, right?
Yeah.
He's even written differently compared to Z though, so that's why I also, not even just character wise, like I also feel like
Because
it's a
time
big
passes.
detriment to Z.
Nah, time
Which I
passes.
will
Goku
admit,
matures.
I don't believe Z and Super is in the same canon.
Like, so where do you think Super is canon to, though? If that's the case,
It's canon to itself, nigga.
nigga.
It's canon to itself, little nigga. Super is canon to Super. Don't forget your introduction to me, fuck nigga.
Wait, are you implying that? Wait, you're like, I'm just, I don't like. Are you just questioning your beliefs? Like, are you basically saying that their events of Z are merely identical to Dragon Ball Z, but they do not resemble the true Dragon Ball Z?
Bro, we see. Listen, Super C is like what that one nigga said. Zay, what was his name? Like he said, Z is canon to like Super, but I don't believe Super is not. I don't believe it's vice versa.
Oh, so
Like
you
we
think
even
Super
Canon
is
is
canon to Z,
attended to
but Z is not
property.
canon?
It's
see
a
panels in
reflection
the moral
property.
arc of like identical stuff, but we see like Goku smiling in situations in Z where he wasn't smiling. Like I forgot what chapter it was, but there's like a chapter of like Goku, like it's a flashback of Goku and like Namek or something. I forgot. I think it was like the Cell Saga. I'm gonna have to look it up, but he was basically how the panels was drawing him, and it's 1-to-1. Goku is smiling, but in the original Z manga, Goku wasn't doing any of that. He was dead serious.
Like, what chapter are you talking about?
I believe it's in a moral arc, but you don't gotta take my word for it right now. I gotta find scans for it. I gotta find
Like, I don't like. I'm not doubting you, but I just don't remember something like this.
That's not even a good
you don't.
I
argument, though.
usually remember. I usually
It
remember
don't
events.
gotta be a good argument. It's not. I don't believe you. Like you gotta believe me off that. I'm not saying, but that's my reasoning for it. Like that's what I believe personally. I don't think Super is canon to Z, and I'm taking that as evidence right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Wait, so you think GT is canon to Z?
No, I don't even believe in that. I think they're all in
What?
their own like canon. I won't lie.
Nigga, you lost your mind, bro. Somebody got to
But wait,
help
but there's literally
him.
but there's literally statements that say that GT is the expansion of Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
So Mr. Koyama
Star
himself.
Wars Extended Universe is the expansion of Star Wars. It's not canon to everything Star Wars does.
It is, bro. You need to lock into your Star Wars lore.
A Star Wars Extended Universe. So you're gonna tell me Star Wars Extended Universe is canon to every single all the movies. All the movies. It's canon to all the knowledge of the movies and whatnot.
Not every singular thing, but it's still canon in
No,
of
wait,
itself.
no, you would. I'm saying that like they literally said that it's the expansion of Dragon Ball Z. It's the even Toriyama said that it is the continuation of Dragon Ball Z. Even Toriyama said that.
Right.
Zeta, do you
Yeah,
have the
so if
scan
it's
where
continuing
Toriyama
Dragon Ball
said,
Z, which is one timeline, then logically speaking, GT is canon to Z.
like, Zeta, do
Okay.
you have
I don't
the
believe that means it's
scan
canon
where
though.
Toriyama says that GT covers the future? Do you have that?
Yeah, I have that scan. There's literally a scan where Nakatsuru and Toriyama agree that GT covers the events of the future after the manga.
Can you send
The
it to me? I need
Yeah,
it.
I
the
got
Uh,
you.
Thrawn
uh,
trilogy, the Thrawn trilogy of Star Wars is a continuation of Star Wars. It's not completely canon to Star Wars. Well, at least the original trilogy.
I mean, it
I
can
mean,
expand like
continuation
Star Wars
does.
like
it's
identically, but not necessarily be the same canon.
it's going
That's what
based
I'm
off
saying
the
right now.
already original
Yeah, but
Like of
that's
canon.
not
course,
applicable.
like of
But
course,
that
all
analogy
events
is
in
not
Z.
applicable. But that analogy is not applicable because we know Dragon Ball Z is only one timeline. And so when they're specifically
It's not.
stating it continues Dragon Ball Z, the Occam's razor is
There's
going to
multiple
hold.
timelines in
The
Dragon Ball
Occam's
Z. We
razor
see
is just
this.
going to hold like the. It'll be more simple to say that it's continuing the actual events we know as Dragon Ball Z.
Mhm.
That's like saying Dragon Ball can't continue itself, or else it's a different timeline.
Yo, is that a drip sauce video? Yo, Corn, go watch a drip sauce video.
Go kill yourself. I mean, go self
Yo,
care
we
yourself.
can't.
Keep your
Self care yourself. Self
Yo,
care yourself. I ain't say nothing. I
chill
said self care
out.
yourself.
Bro,
Self care yourself. I said self care yourself. Care.
in GTA,
Take care for
keep
yourself.
yourself
bro,
safe.
Go care yourself,
Keep your,
bro.
keep
Go take
yourself
care of
safe,
yourself.
baby.
in
Go
GTA.
take care of yourself. I just care for my
I
friends'
think
mental health. YouTube. I care for my friends' mental health. It
I
was just
think
it
that
was just
Drift
men's
was
mental health awareness yesterday.
made a bad
Oh wait,
influence
it's
with
somewhere
one argument.
else. You wait, certain you'll have it in my video. It's in my video, by the way, so you'll find it in my video. But anyway,
Yeah,
here's another thing.
think
Toriyama says just a little bit. I'll check the stories. I think everyone at Toy Animation really wrapped their brains. Wait, no, wait, wrong one.
That's,
Okay.
I don't think that's the right statement.
Okay. So to be honest, I was just a little bit resistant to the idea of doing more Dragon Ball designs instead. Although I was truly I was truly grateful that I'd be able to have them continue it for me. The story of GT. So it's literally the
Go back to it.
continuation.
Go back to it.
The serialization ended and the original anime GT started. At the time, the serialization had already finished, so my mind was on the next job. So to be honest, I was just a little bit resistant to the idea of doing more Dragon Ball designs since then, although I was truly grateful that I'd be able to have them continue it for me. So this is literally talking about how GT continues the story of Dragon Ball Z and also designs.
Continuation fallacy.
What?
There we go. Just made a new definition. I couldn't get through it, so I had to. You feel me? We have all these fallacies. Why can't I have a continuation fallacy? Come on now.
Why the fuck is there?
continuation
Did I just
fallacy.
get added to a GC called Auxiliary Solos GC?
Nigga, what is, bro? What is going on? What is it? Yo, who's in that GC?
Wait, this is like, wait, what the fuck? This is Auxiliary's fucking GC. This nigga GC trapped me.
yo, I just won. I just
What
won
the
a lottery.
fuck? I can't. Oh wait, hold on. I might need to be. I wish I could invite my alt.
Zeta, I just won a lottery in game.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah. Like,
I'm about to
we
boot
would
up Fortnite, bro.
Fortnite.
Yeah. Yo.
Bro, unironically, Fortnite probably scales to Outerversal.
It does.
Fortnite doesn't scale anywhere. It doesn't scale
Yes,
anywhere.
it does. What are you talking about?
does.
So Goku doesn't scale. Goku is wall level in Fortnite confirmed. What are you on about?
Yeah.
Fortnite, bro.
Literally
Yo,
everyone
you need
does.
to, bro. You need to go search up your Fortnite cosmology, bro. What are you on about?
Fortnite cosmology.
My Fortnite cosmology is
Once
just
a-
opening the design folder and
Bro.
seeing all the maps. That's the
Once the
cosmology.
once a character from another series goes into Fortnite, that series is officially canon to Fortnite. Everything in that
They
series,
become
bro.
gun level. They become gun
Why
level.
the fuck is Auxiliary
That's it,
GC
bro.
trapping me? That is so
That
fucking
is
corny.
game mechanics, bro. That's not lore
So
mechanic,
what?
bro.
So
You dumbass nigga. Scale Fortnite correctly.
I don't
That's
care
what.
about the lore. I don't care about the lore.
All right,
Nobody
just admit
does.
you're wrong then. Yes, we do. What are you talking about? Me and Katie was just talking about it yesterday.
I scale the game, not the lore. I don't care about the lore. I scale the game.
Oh my gosh, bro.
The characters
Lore
are part of the game lore.
Then why doesn't they? Then why
scaling
don't
is
they
part
display
of
the
lore, bro. That's what
what?
cosmology is when you're talking about power scaling. That's basically just looking up lore.
And his feet are good. And his feet are gun level. That's it.
You're a scaling tard, bro. You're a scaling tard. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What is that?
You're
Bro,
scaling
Tron,
the
I need your help. I can't
you're
talk my
scaling
fucking main account.
novel
Help me out.
characters
Yo.
and scaling the game.
Yo, Certain, you just committed a continuation fallacy, bro.
Dude.
I got
Oh my
fucking
God.
GC trapped by Auxiliary. That is so corny.
Wait, what does that
You in
mean?
the GC now.
No, basically, to GC trap someone, you have to fill up a Discord GC right before, like to the number, like to 9, and then you add another person, and if they leave the GC, you're basically like clipped or some shit. I don't know. It's like so fucking corny.
We mean clip like
I
they're
mean,
gonna use it
you
as some evidence for something.
Or like, oh my god, Saucy's a bitch, bro. He left the VC. My god, he left the GC, bro. He's such a bitch. Like this nigga GC trapped me in 2025. You are
bro,
over 18 years old, bro. You are
Grown
weird.
ass man, by the way.
Zeta, you don't have to debate him though. That's not
No, I
ducking.
don't want to. No, I'm trying to get
No.
Sean to confront him because I basically he said I was quote unquote dragging on his allegations. What allegations? You literally defended Wahoo and Jay.
Mm.
So fucking weird. I'm trying to get someone to handle this right now.
You don't have to handle it yourself. Just have someone else do it.
Oh, I can get Tricky Wiki. Don't worry, I got Tricky. He can help me.
Trick.
Trick. My
I beat
main
Trick.
is banned for a day.
Oh, I forgot your main is banned. How did
It's
you get
me,
banned?
Zeta.
Zeta, how did you get
Oh, I
banned?
got because for some reason I might have gotten mass reported.
By who?
Exility also GC trapped my main and claimed I was dragging his allegations. So fucking weird.
What the hell?
Yo, that Muhammad nigga sounded like a black
I
trick. I
need
forgot to mention that.
somebody
Like a
to
black
get
Turk?
this
Yeah,
nigga to
I
stop
think he is
harassing
Turkish.
me. This
I
nigga
do think
act.
he's Turkish.
This nigga act like this nigga Exility. Who the fuck did this nigga Exility add? So fucking weird, bro. We are actually doing this. What a fucking joke.
Oh my
So
god.
Zeta, can you like not VC with your main account or some shit?
No, I can't. They actually still allow me to VC. Matter of fact, I'll do. Wait. Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot.
Hmm?
Wait, why did they add free? No, wait, no, that's not free. Why do they have? No, do they have Wahoo in here? Wait, what the fuck? Okay, no. Who's TKA? Who?
Put some deodorant on you, fat Indian bitch. Word to
Fantasy.
my mother, you dragged on my allegations. Yo, who is this Saitama nigga?
Wait, that's not. That's Wahoo. That's
Oh
not
my god.
Exility.
What? Wait, what?
Wahoo GC trapped me.
Oh
Who the hell is
nah.
Wahoo, bro?
He's a Mario fan.
Why has he got other niggas'
No,
names in his bio?
yo, that's
You call me
actually
a
funny.
friend?
No, and Exility's in that GC. Holy shit,
Oh my god.
Tron.
Fuck you, kid.
Yo, it's so corny. Let me go to the look at this VC real quick.
Yup.
Tron,
Yo, that's
yo,
hilarious.
Tron. This nigga Wahoo GC trapped me, and he's harassing me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeta's Indian.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, this nigga said. This nigga said, "Yo, put some deodorant on, you fat ass Indian bitch. Word to my mother, you dragged on my allegations. You want to get slammed by me and Awaken again? Huh? The fuck? So weird. Why'd I get kicked? I don't even know at this
He's a
point.
weird. He's weird. Wahoo's weird.
What the
Quite fuck.
fuck? Me and Awaken is kind of crazy, bro. Are you sliming out Awaken?
He's a he needs the help, dude. Awaken needs the help. Help me, Awaken. This is base data I'm dealing with.
Yeah, well, Wahoo is so weird. Why, bro?
I need this. Oh my god.
You need a father, nigga.
So
Hmm?
corny.
Do you know what I need?
Huh? What?
Do you know what I need?
What do you
Bro,
need, bro?
I didn't even say anything, bro.
You said you need a father.
That wasn't
What
me,
the
bro.
fuck? Oh, yeah, it was you who went to school. Yeah, the you who said it went to school, and now you're here.
Huh? I don't even know what you're
It's a
talking about right
different
now,
you.
bro.
It's a different you, dude.
There's only one me.
Are you
Dumbass,
sure
come
about
on,
that?
bro.
Are
Damn.
you sure about that?
Are you
I heard
pressing me over
Tom is
something
gonna
I
make
didn't
a
say?
video. I heard Tom is gonna make a video saying Goku's not universal.
Tom, bro,
Yeah, I
this
got
fat,
messaged by Prince Zakini that he claims
this
that
fat
Goku is
bitch.
not universal. Tom is
Using
Tom.
planning to
Goku
make this a
as
video,
universal.
not
This
universal.
big ass
Who's
year
Tom?
Yeah,
Which Tom are we
utmost
talking
Tom.
about?
of 2025.
Zeta, which Tom?
Tom, like the dude, the Sonic guy,
The Sonic nigga.
Hmm,
He
I
likes
don't know about
Sonic
directly
Sonic.
from
characters.
his server. Let me call this nigga right now. I'm gonna see if he's on.
I love Sonic, bro.
Yo, it's Zach. Zach.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
been doing
Prince
FNAF
Zakini. I'm gonna see if
content
he's on or
on his
not. Oh, he's not
channel,
on.
He's not on.
Does
bro.
Tom have a Discord? I want to actually. Wait, is he trying to say the Battle of God's Feet is not universal? You do realize it, like, it would have to be beyond universal if you're affecting an infinite universe easily.
Yo, maybe Tom is
Wait.
saying it's not universal, but beyond universal. Yo,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I was
I
thinking.
doubt that. I doubt that. He would say something else if that were the
I
case.
mean, Tom is not a retard though. He knows Goku is
No,
outer.
he's probably gonna say that the shockwaves were getting stronger the farther they went away. That's probably his argument.
That's a terrible ass argument, bro. That shit got debunked like, but that's a low tier argument. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, pretty sure the reason why was like due to like key control, right? How Goku could only condense his energy to a specific point, and anything farther than that would lose its control.
While he was a
That's a
pedo,
bad
yeah.
refute to that.
I mean, we know.
It's a bad refute to that.
Oh yeah, Zeta,
Yeah,
go to Noblesse, bro.
I'm banned from no wait no like I'm banned right now, so I can only like read shit.
What the heck? Why are you banned? What? Oh, you said you got mass
He got
reported
mass reported.
by a
Niggas
bunch
are
of
on his
fan of
dick for no
pedophiles.
reason.
Oh, I think I know who did it. It was fucking Wahoo who mass reported me.
I mean, not surprised. I mean, how did that, bro? I hate systems where mass reporting can get someone banned. That shit's so dumb.
And why aren't we mass reporting pedophile? Well, they're just gonna come back and do the same shit.
Yeah, alt accounts and shit, bro.
And touch
Yeah,
KD.
bro. Mass report. In fact, mass
Yo,
report
chat,
Wahoo.
I'm gonna have to go because I gotta throw the ball with my dog and shit. So I'll see you guys later.
Sure.
All right, peace out.
Bye. I'm leaving as well.